It's time to wake up and let the weirdness begin. It's the Kbj show to start your morning.
Kevin is the host.
And his skin pigment is whiter than Casper the Ghost. Virginia sounds like this. Nickname Vicious Beast. So don't get her pissed. Jason talks like a spaz. And he loves to talk about Bigfoot and stats. So get ready, here we go. You're listening to 97.9 with the Kbj show.
It is Friday. Welcome to the Kbj show. Hello, everybody. Good morning. Welcome to it. Here we go. We good. Another amazing, balmy day here in South Florida. I hear it's going to be hot today. It was hot yesterday. Going to be hotter today. It's crazy.
Do you notice the lizards come out more when it's hotter?
No, I don't at all.
I've been charting it.
Yeah. Okay.
It seems to appear that way.
Somebody's bored. If you're charting lizard activity.
I suppose you're right, but I do have a good charting system. I've noticed that the hotter it gets, the more they slither around, the more they're kind of showing their scales at you.
Really? They show their scales.
You know, it's just a term we say in the lizard community.
Really? Okay. See, I'm not a part of it. I don't know these things.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Yeah. Well, there you go. Lizards are out lizarding. Yeah, they say it's crazy hot. In fact, 2020 has been the hottest year on record so far in Florida. Feels like you hear that every year, don't you?
Ever in the history of Florida, they're saying it's never been hotter.
That's what the National Weather Service is telling us. So it's the hottest year so far. So if you wake up today and I stepped outside, it's like, woof, man, it feels hot out there. Well, you're not exaggerating. It is the hottest year on record. So another hot day today. We'll get everything you need to get you ready for the weekend. That's what it's all about, being here on the Kbj show.
It's the KVJ Dirt of the Day. It's the KVJ Dirt of the Day. Virginia, take it away, because you know we need that Dirt of the Day.
Well, coming up in a second, what's your little update for the day on that Ghislaine Maxwell, the co-conspirator that apparently helped Jeffrey Epstein procure underage girls? I'll tell you the latest, what she's doing behind bars. Before we get into that, what is so special about the 1986 Mets?
Oh my gosh, let's get into it. That's the team I'm always talking about. How they were such cowboys. They were drinking during the games.
Okay, so you're into this then? A documentary produced by Jimmy Kimmel about the 1986 Mets?
I love everything about it except for the way you're saying it.
Yeah.
But the 86 Mets, if they do it right, that'll be a fascinating documentary.
I was a big fan of the Mets at that point because they had some interesting characters. In fact, we went and followed them around to 3 different games in 1986 and saw them in Cincinnati, Atlanta, a whole bunch of different places. It was a cool thing we did. They had a guy named Darryl Strawberry. They had a guy named Dwight Gooden. These guys were completely whacked out of their minds on blow.
I like that they had a guy named Mookie.
But then they had someone, you know,
Mookie Wilson, center fielder.
Religious Gary Carter, their catcher, who we knew and we love that guy.
Yeah, Gary Carter was Palm Beacher. He was from this area, and he had played with the Expos, I believe, right? And
yes.
So he did his spring training here, and his family was here until recently. Some are still here.
You've heard me talk about Gary Carter before.
Yes, I have. And don't they have like a baseball thing that he does or something?
Yeah, he passed away, but he's beloved in the baseball community.
Yeah, he was a big figure, even in retirement. He was the head coach of Palm Beach Atlantic right towards about the time that he passed.
Remember when we talked about that wedding I went to, and I was dancing, and I drank a little too much, and I was sweating through my suit, and we ended up showing you guys the video of me. That was his daughter's wedding.
Okay, wow, look at you, power player.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Somebody's hobnobbing. Yeah, this documentary produced by Jimmy Kimmel will feature hours of previously unseen footage of those 86 Mets. And yes, it'll be on the field and off the field stuff that maybe you haven't seen before.
That's one baseball thing you actually might enjoy because there's so much just...
You know I like drama and scandal and, juicy. So it sounds pretty good.
And they won in interesting fashion, too. That was the whole Bill Buckner Red Sox series. So
littered in history.
Yeah, so there's storylines that go with the games as well.
Katy Perry's got a new song out. No clue yet. I haven't heard it. Is it as annoying as Daisy's? Let's hear. It's called Smile.
Okay.
I
All right.
like it.
Yeah. To
That's
pick you up.
fun.
Yeah, she got a whole bunch of stuff coming out here.
And finally, here, federal officials have given Ghislaine Maxwell, who is currently in confinement behind bars, they have given her paper clothes. They were, I guess, afraid that she may become one of those suicide risks like Jeffrey Epstein was.
Okay.
And try to hang herself using her clothes or her bed sheets. So now she's got paper clothes and paper bed sheets.
Ooh.
And that's a little bit more difficult. Those tend to tear pretty easily. So she is being monitored always by somebody watching her and making sure that no one sneaks in there and kills her, so she can't tell the details of all the co-conspirators.
If they lost another one in this case, people would lose their minds.
But people would lose their minds, then nothing would get done.
You're right.
I mean, people would be outraged. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it. But then nothing would be done.
Because who do we get mad at?
Yeah.
Whose fault is it?
Man, I can't believe nothing yet has been done about the death of Jeffrey Epstein, at least that we know of.
And it won't.
Yeah.
If something really truly happened that was shady and he's not dead, we would never know about it.
I spent about 20 minutes last night listening to an audio clip that I sent both of you from a former employee of Jeffrey Epstein talking details, supposedly. Now,
Okay.
who knows if this is real? I don't know how to vet this sort of stuff.
You get off Twitter?
No, somebody sent it to me, actually, that's been sending me a lot of stuff. They sent it to me in Facebook Messenger. And it's him giving his detailed account of what it was like to work for Jeffrey Epstein. And he worked on the island. He was a driver. He has all kinds of scandalous details. And who knows if it's true, but it is quite the listen. If you've got about 15 minutes over the weekend, you should listen to it.
Really? Okay.
If this stuff is true, it's horrifying. I sent it to you on Facebook.
Oh, you did?
I don't know
Okay.
what the legal ramifications are of posting something like that, so I didn't post it because the accusations are insane.
Really?
Yeah.
Anything you can hint on?
The driver, okay, he was telling this story about how it was his job to go and pick up girls for parties. So he would have a car, and
Yeah.
he would get in trouble if he picked up underage girls, but he would find them at like the malls. He would find them at like shopping centers and stuff, and he would talk them into going to these crazy parties that Jeffrey and his co-conspirators would throw. And then hours later, he would come back and have to pick up these girls, and they'd be crying. Like, just crazy stuff this guy talks about. And that's not even the worst of it.
Yeah, I'm not. That seems to jive with some stuff that we've heard.
He walked in on quite a few nasty situations where victims were crying, and he saw things going on. Like, ooh.
Yeah.
And who
Okay.
knows if it's true or not, but it's just a fascinating peek into this crazy world.
All right.
And that's what's going on in your Dirt of the Day.
Want to see what Virginia looks like on camera? And Kevin and Jason? YouTube.com/KVJ Show.
What are you thinking about? What are you thinking about? What's on your mind? Are you thinking about? What are you thinking about?
What are you thinking about today, Jay Bird?
Underrated snacks.
Okay.
Things that are good that I never get them, but when I do, I go, man, I love these so much. I've been eating these Fudgesicles. Fudgesicles are such an underrated snack, and they're not too bad for you.
No, they're really not too bad.
You can get some that are a little bit fudgier if you want to dance with that devil, which, you know, I think we all like to do that.
How
except for
fudgy
Kevin.
are you?
Yeah, exactly. How fudgy are you?
Yeah.
But a couple other things that are underrated. Bread pudding. Bread pudding is really good when it's done the right way.
Okay.
Underrated snack.
I made you bread pudding recently.
I know, and it was delicious, and I still think about that, and I thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
It was very. I'm a big fan of bread pudding, and a lot of places don't serve it. Why is that? Is that an old person treat? Kind of is old people-ish.
Yeah, it's a Southern thing, too. I think a lot of older Southern people love a bread pudding.
Yeah, I can
Yeah.
see that.
You don't. It's a Southern thing, and I think a lot of places serve it with that rum sauce, and so you don't really give that to the kids.
Ooh, rum sauce.
Or like a whiskey sauce.
Okay.
But yeah, usually kids are like, blech.
My father-in-law's been getting all over that bread pudding, so
Has he?
he's into his 70s. So
He's no spring chicken. Well, it's easy on the teeth.
It is easy on it. It's a good old person food.
Old people don't eat no candy apples.
yeah.
Also on my list, potato pancakes. A lot of people don't do it. I know 2J's does it. I don't know of any other restaurant that does a potato pancake, and it is delicious. You want to get it with extra applesauce, Virginia.
Ooh.
Very, very good. And last on my list, macaroons, baby. You can tell I'm kind of getting off my diet a little bit.
Getting back into it,
A
huh?
little bit, yeah.
Okay.
Macaroons. Highly underrated. No one's talking macaroons.
You're right.
I wonder why that is. I wonder why the macaroon, just the campaign hasn't taken off. Is that an old person treat too?
Kinda.
I think it is.
I mean, young people eat French macaroons.
Even Jaybird snacks are from the 70s.
I'm going to eat some macaroons with my cup of Sanka.
Consistent. What you got on your mind today, Virginia?
Well, today is Rocco's 5th birthday.
Yay.
Woohoo! So I thought I would do something fun. This morning I woke up extra early. I had gone last night and got some balloons from the dollar store, and I took the helium balloons and then attached regular latex balloons to them to make like triple the balloons. And so this morning I went and I put them in the room, in the bedroom where he's sleeping. So when he wakes up, he's got all these balloons in his room. But I was putting them together in the living room, and I've got high ceilings. And don't you know it, 2 of those helium balloons escaped and went up to the ceiling.
Oh, yeah.
I couldn't reach him, so I climbed on the back of the sofa to like jump and grab, and I missed, and I fell like 6 feet to the
Whoa,
ground.
did you really?
Yes, I am all shook
Mama
up.
took a tumble, yeah.
Have you fallen a far distance as an adult? Because I haven't, and it is jarring.
Oh, yeah. Do you remember?
I was not ready for the impact, and then I didn't even get the balloon. I'm like, I'm just, what am I doing?
Do you remember when I fell off the Blue Martini stage? Were you there for that one? That was quite a fall. That's kind of a high stage.
Did you fall by the stairs or by the booze?
By the stairs.
Oh, thank goodness.
The booze, I would probably not be here.
You'd be dead. Remember that chick that fell off the stage and got her leg to rip open?
It was super cool about it. She's
Yeah.
very nice. She's always on our Twitter. I love her. She's
She
awesome.
had to get like stitches. They had to sew her leg up. I mean, that's a cocktails and karaoke injury.
We sing hard.
That is hard.
It was, tough. I think, didn't she come from Key West, I believe, for that appearance?
I believe you
Yeah.
are right.
She now lives
It's
in
just, it's
California.
disconcerting to fall like that as a 40-something-year-old. You're like, what am I doing?
Yeah, you got to start watching yourself, Virginia.
I know. I'm not a young cat-like chick anymore.
You just don't fall like you used to.
I fell hard, like
Yeah.
a bag of rocks.
You've taken some good classic tumbles in your time.
I have. Not a lot have been sober though at
Yeah, go
5
figure.
a.m. Like it's just different.
You're right. A sober fall and a drunk fall are different because drunk fall you can kind of you're like I'm drunk, whatever. With sober it hurts right away.
Yeah, and you're like, what have I just done? Why did I even get on top of the sofa? Like, what's the matter with me?
Don't sweat it. I fall so much. I get it.
Poor guy who falls a lot.
I do, man. I get it.
Okay. What I got on my mind here today, if you're trying to change things up a little bit, there's not a lot of options when you're looking at your weekend. You're like going, oh, okay, am I going to do what I've done for the last 9 weekends? Pretty much. What can you do a little bit differently? Well, I heard somebody talk, and I said, you know what, that's really kind of a cool concept. And then I looked into it, and I had no idea how affordable it was. Somebody who works on one of our sister stations said that last weekend, they set up a sheet by the pool, and they got a projector off of Amazon, and they watched Hamilton as a family a couple times.
Outdoor movie night.
Yeah, and maybe you've gone to a hotel here in Florida. That's a popular thing where a lot of times the Disney resorts will do that, where they'll show a Disney movie out by the pool, and they've got a screen that they put up. And I thought, well, that's kind of fancy. Who's going to be doing that? And then I checked it, and you can actually get one of these movie projectors, like on Amazon or online, for under $50. And then all you need is a white sheet, and you just hang it out someplace. Or even if you had a wall,
Oh my gosh.
a blank wall, you could show movies outside.
Kevin, when I had my roof problems, I have a white roof, and I got a big tarp. It's a massive white tarp.
Yeah.
You could hang this thing from any. It's as big as my house.
Right.
Because I bought a tarp, of course. I bought one too big because I didn't measure. If you want to use this for any kind of movie night, you can have it.
My boy Bigfoot does this, and what he's gonna do exactly what you're talking about. He has the projector, and you're gonna watch the movie in the pool.
See, that's fantastic. It's a great concept, and maybe it's just something that had never really even occurred to me. I hadn't even thought about it. But it is a cool concept, and I like, now as we're trying to figure out, okay, what kind of entertainment can we do?
At home.
Or something that is going to be safe with the crazy coronavirus numbers that we have. And drive-in movies or that kind of concept is something. I remember back to when I used to live in Fresno, California, in the hipster part of town. They had this large parking lot, and there was a big old building that was there that had no windows in it. And every Wednesday night, they would show a movie off the side of that. It was free, and it would just bring people down to the area, and they'd hit the bars and whatever after they'd watched the movie or before. And I thought, what a cool concept.
I love it. My boy Bigfoot was talking about how he's gonna do that pretty soon.
Yeah.
We're gonna have a little pool party with the movie in the pool.
So just an idea for people. There is a place where you can go watch movies. Hard Rock has been showing them. They had some movies last night that they showed. I think they did John Wick last night, if I remember. I don't remember the whole schedule, but they showed some movies last night. Tonight, they're going to be showing Back to the Future. That is going to be inside of Hard Rock Stadium.
88 miles per hour.
Mm-hmm.
That would be so cool to drive into the stadium.
Yeah, I think it's one of these weekends we're going to get out there, hopefully. Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure is being shown at the Fountain Plaza, which is just right outside of Hard Rock Stadium. Tomorrow, they're going to be showing Black Panther inside the stadium at Hard Rock. Then they've got Inside Out is going to be shown outside at the Fountain Plaza. And then on Sunday, they got Jerry Maguire. So a couple cool things to go check out, but just a little idea for you on that. Coming up here in just a couple of minutes, going to check in with our Twitter poll asking KVJ Nationers, what do you think about the school openings? And quite a banner day yesterday. Lots of records set in coronavirus. So we'll get to some of that stuff as well coming up here on the KVJ Show.
KBJ not only does a radio show, but also does an after-the-show podcast. Watch or listen on kvjshow.com.
I think it's the hottest subject, at least in my house, about kids going back to school or doing the virtual only. Man, it just, people have opinions on this, and they are all over the map. Now, we put up a Twitter poll. I just want to see what our KVJ audience is saying on this, but from what I have read, it seems like it is really kind of split. The virtual only seemed to be the top one, at least that I had seen a poll of Broward County parents that they had said they liked a little combination of doing both of those. And there are some people like, no, send the kids all the way back 5 days a week. Some are like, no, virtual only. So it just, if you polled 3 different people, you probably get 3 different answers.
I saw people, which by the way is not cool, trashing the teachers about this online. I'm like, that doesn't even make any sense. What are you trashing teachers for?
In what way? Just that they think that the teachers need to go earn a paycheck? Is that what the complaint was?
That and just that they don't think teachers should be so opinionated about the situation. They just should maybe just go do their job. I'm like, are you kidding me? It's their craft.
Yeah.
Because the teachers have opinions on this too.
Yeah, it is. It's their life and it's their livelihood too. So it is. It's drawing strong opinions from whomever. And yesterday was one of those days that with all this argument going on about what should happen to the kids coming up in about a month, depending upon which county and school district you're in, some of the numbers that came out, and this is, what we have. This is what I saw on the Sun Sentinel yesterday. When it came back, there were a couple records that were broken and not the kinds that you want to see. We had almost 9,000 cases reported with a record of 23.9% positivity rate, a record 411 hospitalizations, and a record of 120 more deaths. So all of those are pretty bad.
Record.
Yeah, three big records you don't want to
And
make.
wasn't yesterday a bunch of records too?
Can I talk to Positive Kev, please? Positive K.
This is just reality. A lot of people are waking up on one day and they're fine, and then they're going out and they're catching it. So just don't be one of those people.
Another record, 307 deaths in the last 5 days. And I know about a week ago, the conversation was, yeah, there are more cases, but the deaths are trending down. And there's been an average of 56 deaths each day for the last week. So that is not trending down as of the last week. It is trending up, if that's how we're counting them.
Is that's considered all of Florida or just South Florida?
This is all of Florida, these numbers.
But you live in the area doing the best. We're putting the most numbers on the board, talking about the Tri-County area, Broward, Miami, Palm Beach.
So from a certain point of view, are we in the hottest spot of COVID in the world right now?
Second hottest. Arizona seems to be the hottest, yeah. And in the world, I think Florida is second. And then Texas is up there, too.
Great job. Great job, everybody.
Yeah, and the guy who we used to listen to and see on TV every single day, who you don't see that much of anymore, Dr. Anthony Fauci.
You do not see Fauci. What happened to him?
Yeah, he's just, I don't know what they've done. They've hid him away.
Well, remember those talk of Fauci bobblehead dolls and you know, people were, what happened?
Yeah, he's, where did Fauci go?
Well, there's disagreeing opinions, and so I think they're trying to make sure you don't hear as much of Fauci.
Well, he was on a podcast yesterday, virtually, of course, and he said that, quote, certainly Florida has jumped over a couple of checkpoints, and he also said that Florida should consider another lockdown. So he is leaning to the state of Florida, shutting it all down again until we can get everything under control.
So if this kept on trending on the uptick, do you see a lockdown happening again? I know you said there's no way it's going to happen. But
we don't know.
I know
honestly,
you don't know. I get that. Everyone knows we don't know.
It's hard to predict something like that.
I don't think so. As you're trying to navigate through this sea of confusion, and I'm reporting the numbers I'm reading in the Sun Sentinel. I'm not sure I believe any of them, to be honest with you. I don't know. I'm just telling you what they're giving me.
What is it you don't believe, you think?
Well, I think that you can call into question the actual number of cases, deaths. Hospitalizations probably is the most accurate, but there's even some wiggle room with that, saying, okay, how dire is the need? Because they're saying, well, we can convert some beds here. We can bring in some extra staff. It seems like it's, pretty stressed.
And wasn't it accurate? Was it accurate or was it not accurate when you said somebody could test a few different times for COVID and those would count as different cases, like you said a couple weeks ago?
There are all these little side periphery stories that you keep hearing about how the testing might not be completely accurate. They're combining different type of outcomes into one number that you're seeing that is so startling. There's even yesterday, the thing about deaths. All these deaths are a lag date from this and that, and they just dumped a whole bunch into this day, and that's why we had a record yesterday. So with every stat that you see with coronavirus, there will be a reason that we'll be following it, why it might not be accurate. Now, if I had to be positive Kev for a second and talk about the shutdown, what I would tell you, and this stat stands out to me, Florida residents age 44 and under have made up 58% of all positive coronavirus cases, but only 2% of the total number of deaths. And that's where I think the argument would be for not shutting down, as that not enough younger people. If you are healthy and you're like a bull, then we don't need you to quarantine. We need you out there working and keeping the economy going. If you have pre-existing conditions, and as we're finding out, sadly, of any age, we just had an 11-year-old girl in Broward County die. She's the fourth death of a child under the age of 18, but she had underlying conditions. And I think what we're seeing, and this is where the argument for the schools is going to come into play, if you have a child with any kind of underlying conditions, this is still a threat to your child. And that is where I think the issue is going to come in with some kids. And then the question is, do you have the ability to continue the virtual online schooling only? So, yeah, I just dropped it already. And what do you want to see South Florida schools do? 50% of our votes are for a combo of both the virtual and all the way back in class. 30% for virtual only, and 20% for back in class.
Okay, once again,
All the way.
on the same page.
That's what I told you. I said if you poll 3 different people, you will probably get 3 different answers to that, but it seems like the number one answer is the combo of both. Palm Beach County, at least, is going to find out finally on Wednesday at 2 p.m. That is when the education commissioners will get together and they will vote. And right now they are on record saying that they're leaning towards virtual only. It'll be interesting to see who gets to them in the next 4 or 5 days or whatever it might be to try to sway their votes one way or another. So they're going to determine exactly what is going on. So we'll wind up finding out here pretty soon. But if you'd like to sound off, I'll have Dennys put that up on other platforms as well. So if you're not on Twitter, that's just my quick trying to get an idea of what people are saying.
If you want to read people fighting, this is just your game.
Well, hopefully through all of it, you can try to come to some. And it seems like the virtual combo is the compromise. So it's not all the way back in all the time, and it's not all the way out. So if we're looking for anything that could be a compromise, that would be what it is. All right, coming up here in just a couple of minutes, I was telling you about the backyard projector idea, which I thought was fun, which is kind of like an old school thing. If you remember when I was really young, that would be a thing that people would do on Friday nights. They would get out this old projector and they would show these reels, like home movies and things like that. It was something that would happen in the 50s, 60s, and I was, this is cranking in the early 70s.
My dad had this in the 70s, a slide projector, where
Yes.
he had these little squares, and you would put the little squares all around this round circle, and then you would click this little button, and it would show a different picture from a slide projector. We would just sit there and look at our family photos.
You old?
Yeah. Any of those still around? Any of those still around that are still in use? We asked the question on our Facebook page, what is the oldest piece of electronics you still use? So what old piece of electronics or tech do you still actually use? How far back can you go? We asked the question on the KVJ Show Facebook page, and there was clearly one answer for which kind of electronics people are still using today.
Can we guess?
You can. What do you think, Virginia?
It's not a VCR, is it?
VCR is an interesting guess. It was mentioned. It's not our number one.
Rocco found some old VCR tapes, and he wants a VCR player so bad.
He does. I get it. Yeah.
You know him. He's real big into electronics and
Loves all that
buttons
stuff.
and hooking things up. So I might get him a VCR.
Okay.
Bird,
Yeah. What do you think?
DVD.
Gonna go with DVD. Okay, it's a good guess. No, neither one of those are number one.
Okay, what about microwave?
Microwave. Well, of course everyone uses that.
Yeah, still in use.
I
Microwave.
was trying to think of things that are old.
Microwave. I mean,
Was it a car?
what a dumb answer. I mean, that's my act. I should have said that answer. Microwave.
Corona, bruh.
Okay. Cassette player. I still use that.
You do,
'Cause
really?
Virginia got us, or did you get it for us?
I did.
It's a little cassette player.
It's a boom box.
Yeah, and it's got. I have all these old tapes of my dad from when I was a child playing guitar.
Oh, yeah,
and
that's
it's
cool.
really fun
Yeah.
to listen to.
That's sweet.
Well, that's the problem that a lot of people are having is we're moving through the tech phases so rapidly that you're collecting a lot of great keepsake stuff in one format, and then that format you can't find anything to play them on. And it's becoming an issue, and that's why some of these places now are making money where you can go and take whatever it is, whether it be a reel-to-reel, whether it be a cassette.
I have 8mm. I have like so many 8mm tapes
Yeah.
of Magnolia from her birth to age 4. There's like 18 tapes.
Yes, when I was kind of getting into radio, there was something called digital audio tape. It was a small cassette, and they were in all the radio studios I worked in. And so a lot of my early work is on, they're called DAT tapes. And now no one has a DAT tape player anywhere. And so anything I did in my first 10 years in radio, I can't listen to.
That sucks.
I think I know the answer.
Yeah, okay.
Record player.
Record player was probably number 2 if I were, taking all the votes. Number 1 is alarm clock.
Oh.
Number one answer was old school alarm clocks, the kind that have like the dial radio on them. And I was talking about the oldest piece of electronics that you still use. And people were showing photos on our Facebook page. One was from like the 70s. One was from 1983. They say I graduated in 1983. I had it for many years before then. They had a photo of that. A lot of them were from the 90s, so 70s, 80s, 90s, that bedside long layout alarm clock. So many people are still using that on a day-to-day basis.
I like that. I think it's cute.
I love it too. I haven't set an alarm, in 15 years.
Well, what's happened for a lot of people is I use my phone.
Me too.
But a lot of people do. That's what wakes me up every single day. So it's just kind of like change, but that layout flat was the one that people were still using on a daily basis the most.
You set your alarm every day, every single day? You have to have it on for you to wake up?
For the show, yeah. If I want to wake up on the time that I need to, I would always wake up. I've had that where, like if we have a vacation, that's the toughest part, is remembering to turn your alarm off when you do a vacation, because I've done both. Where I've like my alarm's going off at 3 in the morning. I go, why? And then you're thrown off. Like, do I work today? Do I not work today? And I've done the other. And so I always wake up. I usually wake up at least 30 minutes to an hour late if I don't set it.
Okay, so you would never be in a situation where if you didn't set your alarm, the possibility of sleeping through the show, that could never happen.
I could. I totally could.
I know you could.
Rocco unset my alarm the other day, and I woke up like an hour and a half late. I was like, running.
Yeah.
Literally did not shower.
I could see that happening to you, but I don't see it happening. I think your body would wake up like right at 5 a.m. going, oh, what's wrong?
In 25 years, there's one time, and it's very early in my career, where I slept. Yeah, past where the show had started.
Was it down here in Florida?
I don't think it was. Have I ever been late once to the show here in Virginia? I don't think so.
I don't think so. It's kind of annoying.
Yeah, I think it
late.
was the one I remember was in California.
If you were late and we didn't hear from you, we would suspect foul play.
Yeah, and I was out catting around.
Yeah, I bet you were, Ralston.
young Kev was out catting around.
Sniffing for tail.
Oh, yeah.
We were catting that night. Yesterday was kind of interesting because I didn't realize my wife has kept every iPhone that we've had. She's got them in a box, and she had them out yesterday. And I was kind of fiddling around with an old school iPod. I'm like, wow, you can't do anything on it. It's amazing how basic they look now, and just trying to work anything on. You're like going, it's old, but nothing was operating on it right. It was really interesting to look at an old iPod.
Yeah, they get kind of weird and sticky too.
Yes.
Unless that's just Rocco. I don't know what he gummed mine up
Ours
with.
wasn't sticky in touch, but it just acted like it was gummed up.
Right.
Sticky in time. It's got that time stick to it.
Yeah, iPods were up there, and the answers we got, Lisa had said that. Mike, he was on the turntable thing. He still has a realistic turntable from the late 70s. Ooh. All of his electronics are 70s and 80s.
That's
and
so
he still
cool.
listens to it daily.
I love it.
Andrew said the speakers in my stereo system are probably 40 years old. Still listen to those. Speakers do last a good long time. In fact, I know there are some people, because I was in the speaker game for about a couple years in high school, where I had really great speakers and got even a magazine on good speakers, and a lot of people were going to the old school speakers, saying that they were just something vintage about them and the sound that they had.
I wouldn't mind knowing Speaker Kev. Kind of see what he's all about.
I wish I had that old school thing that my grandma had back in the day that had the TV in it and the two speakers.
Oh, I remember that.
It was a built-in.
My grandma had one too.
Giant wood thing with a lid, and you would lift the lid, and then everything was in there.
I hated those. Those TVs were we had one of those things, and they were awful. They had those tubes in the back, and the picture would go out.
Yeah, well, that was the overall flaw in it, was you put your TV, your record player, everything together in one component, but then when one went out, then that was just it. It was tough to get, each one, and it was so heavy.
Yes.
I remember it felt like it was 400 pounds, so it's not like something you're just going to go put in the car and drive back to the stereo store to have them fix it. Some of the other ones, Ira said, I still got a VCR and 8-track player that I use.
8-track, girl. Oh, you really old school.
Did that take off? How long was 8-track around for?
I remember when I was really super little riding around in somebody's car and they had 8-track in their car.
Aunt Ann, I remember she had the Journey 8-tracks and I wasn't allowed to touch it. If I touched it, she'd go, "You have the touchy-whatchies." No. I'm like, all right, sorry.
Even as a toddler, you had hamburger hands.
Yes.
She saw it.
She did.
I get it.
Also, you had Lady Doc, who had said, "I still got a VCR I use, a cassette player, still into that." And
That's cool.
Anastasia said, "Game Boy Color." Is that an old gaming system, I assume? The Game Boys when they came out? Yep. Yeah, a lot of people were vouching for the old school alarm clock.
The old school Game Boys were awesome. They still sell those things. That'd be a cool thing for Rocco.
They have now what it's called the Nintendo Switch.
Is that what you got them?
No, we ended up getting an Xbox because I got it used off of one of Mags's friends. Sweet deal.
Somebody just texted in and said, "I still have the electronic game Simon from 1978.
I love that game. I think you have a remake of that at your
do.
house.
We have that, yeah. In fact, that's one of the games that we have. But yeah, ours is refurbished. If his is an original, that's pretty cool.
Very cool.
Was that game fun, or did we think it was fun because there wasn't much going on?
Rocco loves it. We have a new model of Simon, and he plays it all the time.
What's it? You have to repeat the pattern?
Yep.
It's good. I mean, it makes you think. It works. You can tell it's good for you because your brain hurts after about 5 minutes playing. You're like, ugh.
Can we play that on the radio, or is that a terrible idea?
Terrible
It'd be a terrible
idea.
idea.
Terrible idea.
Yeah, it'd be terrible on the
Terrible
radio.
idea.
I mean,
Bird.
you've had bad
Yeah.
ideas.
One of the
but-
worst, Bird.
Yeah, we'll play checkers after that.
We've done that before.
No chess. Why don't we do chess?
Radio chess, all these ideas.
We've
and
done Connect 4. I mean, why
Yeah.
stop now?
Yeah.
We've been bad for a good minute.
You're
I think we
right.
played that at 2 a.m., didn't we, when we were doing it?
Yeah.
We did.
Yeah.
You're expected to be bad at that
Hard
time.
up for material. All right, coming up on deck, we've got a 4-pack of tickets in Camp KVJ for you to go to Rapids Water Park. You got a chance to win it next. Got a 4-pack of tickets for you right now. If you'd like to go to the Rapids Water Park, Camp KVJ, it is week 4. Then you got the kids at home, and who knows, you might have them at home a lot longer than you thought. We're going to hook you up with something cool for you to do that's going to be easy on the wallet.
I'm all about that lazy river. You just lay on a raft and just drift away, Virginia. Just drift away with your thoughts.
Just drift away, huh?
yes.
Could use a little lazy river right now.
Let's do it.
Okay.
I'm not going anywhere. I'm staying home. I'll do it in my tub.
Yeah, you're just Virginia's still.
I'm paranoid.
You are paranoid. Well, there you go. I get it. There's a lot of people that feel the way you do. So, cool thing you can do. The fun thing is, yesterday we heard from one of our KVJ Nationers that her son is a lifeguard at Rapids, and he's got a big old mask tan.
You kind of still have a little bit of yours. There's remnants of it.
Yeah. You can still see. Yeah, we did a spray-on version, but it was kind of funny because just, as we had done it last night, I saw some people were posting up photos of their mask tans on social media, so that might be the new thing, that if you were really pale and then you go outside for a long weekend, and there's some options of things to do with, Disney is going to be opening up again this weekend, and if you've been walking around Universal, you're going to have a mask on to be cruising around.
Did you try to scrub that tanner off? Because there's still, it stays on there.
It does.
It hangs on the skin.
It's going to be there for about 3 or 4 days.
Yeah, I got still some of the underlying as soon as I got home yesterday because the stuff that Virginia put on me was kind of messy. So it was kind of getting everywhere.
It was thick.
It looks drippy.
Yeah, it was. So I showered the second I walked in the door yesterday. Just try to get some of that off. Yeah, this weekend you got Magic Kingdom and Animal Kingdom both going to be opening up. And then on Wednesday, Epcot and Hollywood Studios are going to be opening. They're going to be taking your temperature and requiring masks for all guests if you go out there. So that'll be one of the things. But that's pretty much the last of the theme parks. Everybody is pretty much open with the exception of Miami Seaquarium. So the doors are wide open. Now, this is an interesting concept, and they haven't done this yet in the U.S., but, they're obviously concerned about coronavirus globally. And so this is something that has popped up in Japan. Theme parks there have banned screaming on roller coasters.
Good luck. What happens if you accidentally scream? Good luck trying to get me from screaming.
Yeah, you cannot scream. It's banned on roller coasters, because, of course, if you're screaming, you could be spreading coronavirus. So what they are telling the riders of roller coasters to do in Japan is they would like for you to please scream inside your heart. That's what they said.
What?
This is ridiculous.
And there's even a video now of 2 theme park officials riding a roller coaster showing how to suppress your screams.
Put your screams in your heart?
Yes, they
How
want
do
you
you
to
do
just
that?
scream inside your heart.
I would fail at that.
Okay.
My screams come out of my mouth. They're in my heart, too.
Let's see how you can do this. Okay, imagine you're on a roller coaster. If you're watching Kbj TV, Suits, give me a close-up here. I'm going to show you how to scream inside your heart.
Horrifying.
See, that is screaming inside your heart if you're watching that.
That is horrifying. I mean, that's one of the scariest things I've seen in 2020.
So dumb.
It's so
You
dumb.
can't control people screaming on a roller coaster. If you don't want them to scream because you know it's dangerous for them to scream, maybe you should let them get on the roller coaster.
No, we're not going to do that, Virginia. It's okay if your body is on here. You just can't scream.
That reminds me of a teacher I once had back in high school. You weren't allowed to sneeze. If you sneezed in class, you got in trouble. You're like,
Lady,
lady, I have to sneeze sometimes.
I got allergies.
Yeah, I'm going to scream. I'm going to sneeze.
No sneezing for you.
Oh, my gosh. People are insane.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of interesting as well. So be interesting to hear what our audience has to say after they go check out Disney this weekend. If you do go, and if you are going this weekend, one, I'd like to find out, okay, what your thoughts are on that. And then after you get back over the weekend, let us know how it was.
Are you a screamer? I'm a screamer.
No, I wouldn't say a screamer, but I think it's hard to go on a roller coaster and not make some kind of noise.
Like you exclaim, ah!
It would be very weird to be like, to not say anything at all. There are noises coming out of my mouth. I don't really pay much attention to them.
If you're riding with somebody, sometimes it's fun to both of you scream together.
Oh, man.
It's a bonding experience.
I don't know, even if I went in there with the mindset of, Bird, you can't scream. If I'm on one of those little hills or something, we go down, my ass is screaming.
Yeah, and I don't know what they do if you do scream. Is there some kind of like electric shock that they have in the cars? They put a like what we have, a dog shock collar on you, and they're watching a monitor, and if they see you scream or hear you scream, how would you even police that?
Roller coaster jail?
What do? Do they kick you out of the park if you screamed on the ride? No word on that yet. They just are encouraging you to scream inside your heart. That's all they say. Joe is on here from Deerfield Beach. Hello, Joe.
How you doing?
Good. How you doing, bud?
Good.
Good. I
I'm
guess.
glad I won those tickets. I tried for a few days now and finally got through.
Well, you know, that's what they tell you, Joe, isn't it? A little bit of persistence. That's what you need to do.
Try again.
If at first you don't succeed, try again. And Joe, look at you now.
Again.
4 tickets. Who are the tickets for here, Joe?
Bob, my 2 grandkids and my 2 stepsons.
Nice.
Okay, very nice. You're not going to go and put on that. You're not going to strap on the thong, Joe, and head out to Rapids.
Oh yeah, what are you kidding me? That's where we're gonna go. We even bring the cooler. They got the picnic tables there and everything. It's excellent.
Okay, all right. Well, there you go. Yeah, you're let the kids ride, and you just hang out in your thong with the cooler. That sounds like a good time. All right, coming up on Monday, we do have another round of Camp KBJ Week 5. It's always kind of a surprise because I get in here on Mondays. I'm like, hey, Dennys, what do we have? So I'm not sure what we got for you next week, but I'm sure it's going to be something fun. And the cool thing about it, it's free, y'all. I got to say a big old birthday shout out. Virginia's son Rocco is turning 5 today.
Woo-hoo.
Some big stuff.
Big doings this weekend.
Oh, yeah. What's the big plans, Virginia?
2, not 1, but 2 giant 4-tiered cakes that I made.
Whoa.
2
Yeah,
of them.
2.
Wow.
He wanted one cake, chocolate, strawberry, and vanilla. And then he wanted another cake that was like sprinkled. So, yeah, we have a confetti cake and then a chocolate, vanilla, strawberry cake.
Oh, my goodness. What
Lots
a
of
birthday
cake.
it is going to be for that
I'm
boy,
going to be
huh?
dragging from my carb hangover on Monday.
We'll just bring some in. I'm able to eat a little cake these days.
Okay.
Somebody's
All
jumping back into the game.
You know you're always welcome. We're going to do a little family party on Saturday, but you're in the family. We're going to have pizza and chicken nuggets and chicken wings and
Okay.
cheeseburgers.
If I can get a plane to get to Tequesta, yes. I'm kidding. You don't live that far.
Also got a birthday for Jessica Simpson. She's turning 40 today. Sofia Vergara is 48 today. Also want to give a 4th birthday shout out to Riley. That's from Mom, Dad, Logan, and Jace. They say, we love you, Cupcake.
Aw.
Also, Nico, get a birthday shout out. Turning 11 today. Love you, buddy, from Mom, Dad, and Maddie. And also a shout out to my daughter, Cameron. Happy 8th birthday from Mommy, Daddy, Tyler, Riley, and her fur babies. Got a birthday you want on the KVJ show? You just got to let us know. Send us the email, mail@kvjshow.com, mail@kvjshow.com, and we'll give you the hookup. You guys about ready for another round of the No Name Movie Game?
Woohoo! So ready.
Oh, yeah. Here we go, y'all. We got a big old Friday going on. Welcome. It is the KVJ show and time for another round of the No Name Movie Game. Jaber trying to get out of his rut, claim a win here, get this thing back on track. He closed the gap once upon a time against Virginia. That gap has widened a bit. He's trying to get there.
Then the sleeper, Peace Train, Dennys.
Oh, I know. He's come out of nowhere. He's been the hottest guy over the last month.
Wake up, Dennys. The sleeper.
He's sleeping his way through victory.
Oh, yeah.
All right, well, we got Virginia, who is the reigning champ, the most wins so far in the year 2020.
Actually, in the history of KVJ,
Yeah.
you are the Hank Aaron of the No Name Movie Game.
Well, I don't get that reference, but thank you. No, I do.
She is easily the person on the show who watches the least amount of movies.
You really are.
So it makes perfect sense that she's the No Name Movie Game champ.
Yeah.
Too busy. I don't have time.
Mm-hmm. Josh is on here from Cutler Bay to partner up with Virginia. Hello, Josh.
Hey, Josh. Hey, KBJ.
Aw,
Hey.
how cute.
Are you high? No.
That's later.
Just a little bit.
Okay. All right, Virginia is going to give you clues to the movie. She can't use any of the characters' names, any of the actors' names, or any of the words from the title of the movie. 60 seconds are here on the clock. Your time begins now.
Pass. If you're not street smart, you're this. Oh, I can't say smart. Pass on that one. Cross the street. You better do this before you cross the street.
Look both ways.
Yes. This is what your camera does. If you don't,
Shutter.
well, if it does it by itself, you don't have to do it to get a clear, crisp picture. It's called.
Autofocus.
Yes.
Got it.
You have this in the backyard. I don't have one, but the kids can jump in it and splash.
The pool.
Yeah, but what do you call the act of it? It's a blank pool.
Swim in the pool.
Yeah.
Swim.
You got it.
Yeah, swimming pool. Mosquito is this. A lady is this. An ant is this. There's a movie about
Bug.
them. Yes.
The Bug's Life.
It's a NASCAR movie. It's a spoofy kind of funny comedy.
Talladega Nights.
Oh, after the buzzer.
Okay, you got a 3. And 60 seconds there. It's your score.
I think you got a 4
She's
spot.
got 4 spot.
Damn, Ralston.
Wow.
Suits the one who's they're holding up 3.
Reek trying to take you out of a...
Controversy. Suits, I thought you were my friend.
Okay. No, we got it straight. 4 is the score.
Josh, Suits tried to just screw us over. I don't know if I like that very much.
Okay, we got Dave on here from Boca. What's up, Dave?
How's it going, everybody?
Good. Okay, 4 is the score you and the excitable Dennys have to beat, okay?
All right, let's do this.
All right, 4 score.
Yes. 60 seconds on the clock. Your time in the No Name Movie Game begins now.
These are people who break into computers. It's also a type of cough. People
Hacking?
Yeah, so...
Hackers?
Yep, you got it. This is a movie about vampires, British vampires. It's a comedy. It's more recent. Pass that one. That one would be tricky. This is the gold of our country. He's on a search going through the Constitution to find these clues that lead him to this mega gold stash. Pass that one. This is if you live up in New York, you're probably from this area. I'm guessing North Island.
Jersey?
Pass that one. It's a giant animal that travels through the desert. It has a long trunk.
Dumbo?
But it's just the
Long
actual
trunk?
type of animal.
Elephant.
Yep. This is pass that one. This is it's a type of candy.
Sorry, man. You got me on that one.
Yeah,
Me too.
congratulations, you stumped your partner.
He's like, dude.
I got a 2 spot.
Aww.
Okay. We're holding on to it. Okay. All right. Well, I'm not going to make any ground today. Thank you very much, Dave. All right. We've got Kelly on here from Port St. Lucie trying to get the bird closer to Virginia. Hello, Kelly.
Hello.
Kelly, I love me some pizzle. Let's win one for the pizzle.
I just moved up here, so I'm a recent Pizzle resident.
Pizzillion?
Okay.
She's new Pizzle.
All right, well, let's win it for you. Let's do this thing. I need it bad.
All right.
Okay.
I got it. We got it.
Yes. The win.
We got it.
All right.
All right, 60 seconds on the clock. Your time begins now.
He said this the slogan, and he was a child pass.
A child lover.
What?
Jeez.
Child lover. What?
This is a space shuttle movie. This is a space shuttle movie. It's very loud. Not 12, not 10, but
13.
No.
13.
No. Okay, not 10, not 13, not 12. Pass. You may say I am this, but I'm not the only one. You may say I am John Lennon's song. Pass. I'm playing tennis and I'm about to beat you. What am I saying? But what am I saying to you? I'm going to say this last thing. This is blank. The Oh my God! Oh, that was.
You never recovered from child lover.
Yeah, that was a rough start.
I never recovered.
That was a beautiful day in the neighborhood.
I almost said child lover.
Mr. Rogers was a child lover.
Child lover sounded so bad.
So was Jeffrey Epstein.
Oh, okay.
It's not your fault. It is not your fault.
That
Wow.
was not on you.
I'm so sorry.
Virginia convincingly wins with 4. Okay. That's all it took today.
I feel so bad for her. I'm so sorry. That was terrible.
A tough round. The good news is she lives in the Pizzle now.
You should get at least 2 comedy points for child lover.
That's pretty good. All right, Josh from Cutler Bay. Congratulations, my man. You're the champ this week.
Well, thank you so much. And by the way, I want to say, I know Jaybird might not like this, but Virginia is my celebrity crush.
Oh, Josh.
Wow.
I mean, brother, I get it. I'm right next to her. I understand.
Josh is one of my favorite names. You know Denny's real name is Josh.
I do.
Yeah.
I met him once or twice back in the day. He doesn't remember, probably.
Oh, well, he was probably high.
He doesn't remember.
If we were at an
That's why.
event, I mean, he was high.
We were both high, that's why.
Okay. All right. I always love when you got ideas for the KVJ show. Just send them to us. Be like, hey, I'd love to see you guys do this. Well, just let us know, and maybe it's something that we'll do. Somebody sent an email in here and said, hey, I would love to see you guys doing a KVJ draft where you go around and you could draft different things, maybe snacks, movies, celebrities, and the such.
Nice.
And then put up your list of 3 to see who people think drafted the strongest team.
I wore my draft outfit today.
Yeah, you kind of did. You look like a coach.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Get some respect around here.
Yeah.
Virginia, give me 3 laps.
Suck it. I'm too fat to run right now. Mags asked me to run the other night. I'm like, Mags,
You would be the worst person to coach. Suck it, coach.
So in the email, it was suggested 2 different possible ideas of what we could do here for the KVJ draft. It was either comedies or snacks.
Ooh.
That was 2 of the ones that were out there.
Let's get into it. Let's do both, coach.
I think 1 each week.
All right.
So we've got a vote for today. Virginia, do you like comedies or snacks better?
I think I'm leaning more to snacks.
Okay, Jaybird, snacks or comedies?
I mean,
I think you know.
come on, Kev.
Okay, snacks it is.
Yes.
Okay. All right, so what it basically means is I think we will go around here. We can bring Dennys into this. Suits is kind of anchored down to Kvj TV, but we can go around here in just a minute, and you get to pick a snack. Once you do, though, that snack is off the board.
Okay.
So nobody else can choose it. Then at the end, you get 3 total snacks on your board, and then we'll post them up to see who drafted the strongest team.
Who gets first pick? Are we going to debate that?
We'll draw for that. You'll have a number 1, 2, 3, 4 because, yes, having the first pick in the draft is a big deal, I know, in sports. So it's got to be a big deal here as well.
Don't worry, Kevin. No one's going to take lettuce. We'll leave lettuce for you.
Damn.
Okay.
That's a Virginia zinger.
There's no doubt I'm losing this.
But channel Fat Kevin. Fat Kevin
You're
can
right,
win
I
this.
know.
He hasn't had a snack in like 7 years.
You got to channel Fat Kevin. I know he's in there somewhere. Bring him out.
Now, are there guidelines on what the snack can be? Because you got anything from chips to candy bars to snack cakes to beef jerky.
You're right. These are great
nuts.
questions.
Like, is ice cream a snack?
A great question. A donut. What do we count here?
I think
it's Uncrustable a snack.
I think anything that would not constitute a meal, a traditional meal.
Okay.
So that would only mean that, for instance, pizza, hamburgers, steak, things like that would be out because that traditionally is what you would consider to be a meal.
Spaghetti ain't a snack.
Right.
Question I'd like to throw at the board here.
Yeah.
Uncrustable. What would you vote? Is that a snack or a
It
sandwich?
feels like a snack to me because they're smaller. But I don't know. I'm not an Uncrustable person.
Yeah, it's snacky. For you, it's a snack. For Rocco, it's a meal.
Yeah. I'm no 4-year-old kid.
Okay. All right. So that's what we'll do. So you can start putting some ideas together, and then we'll go on ahead and we'll do our draft here. We're going to pick a playing card to figure out who is going to get first, second, third, and fourth pick. And then we'll start drafting the best snacks, and then we'll post those up, and you can say who has got the strongest snack team, a team of 3. Okay. I drew a 10 in the playing card, 10 of spades. What'd you get, Virginia?
I drew an ace.
Okay. Virginia is
High
looking
card.
like the first pick. What is it with her and this witchy deck?
Oh, she is such a witch. She casts spells on us. I know she does.
Jaber, what is your draft position?
She casted a spell on me today. It's a 2. Because she knows how much this bit means to me.
Why is it she draws aces, you get 2s like all the time?
She's a witch.
It's unreal.
Look how she's dressed.
Yeah, I am head to toe. I have a photo shoot today, so I'm in all black.
She's in her glamour shot witch outfit.
Okay.
I have a black hat in the car, too.
I don't doubt it. Where's your broom?
Dennys, let's see where you pick.
I got a 9.
Got a 9. Okay, so it goes Virginia, me, Dennys, then Bird on the Kbj Snack Draft. But the good news is, Jay Bird, is after it goes to 4, it goes back to you. You get the 4th and 5th pick.
Nice.
So that strategy might actually work out in your favor. So we'll see. We got the Kvj Draft. Your idea will do next.
Did you miss a segment from the KVJ Show? Find it on kvjshow.com or soundcloud.com/KVJ Show.
Okay, we got an email asking if we would start doing a KVJ Draft, where each person on the show here, myself, Virginia, Jaybird, Dennys, we can get Suits pick. He's in there tethered down to the Kvj TV here in a second from maybe some stuff that is left. But we are going to each pick 3 items, see who comes up with the strongest team, and then we'll have people vote. We'll do a poll on who drafted the strongest team. Now, we just picked for our draft order a second ago. Virginia's got the first pick. I have got the second, Dennys third. And then we got Jaybird with the 4th pick. But in the second round, then, he gets 4 and 5. So it turns around pretty fast. Okay, so here we go. KVJ Draft. Let's start putting together exactly who is going to take what. These are snack foods, and we made the rules a second ago that the name of the game is that you can't have something that would be considered a meal. So pizza is off limits, steak, spaghetti, like a sub, a hoagie is off limits.
And then the people vote for who had the best. And I think this is really about honor. It's about snack honor.
Yeah, no doubt. Absolutely, yeah. So, you know, if you really take this seriously, Jaybird, you don't want to finish last in this.
Well, I'm prepared for 4 different worst-case scenarios over here. I have a strategy.
Okay. Virginia, you got the overall first pick. So what do you choose? You will take this snack off the board once you choose it. No one else can choose it.
I'm going charcuterie.
Oh, nice.
Charcuterie.
Take it, fancy.
I want a charcuterie board, and I want it to be nice.
You're getting too fancy, Cynic.
Meats, cheeses, honey, jelly, jams, dried fruit, all the charcuterie.
And with the first pick, charcuterie is off the board.
Yeah, not even on my not on my radar.
That didn't seem like a good draft strategy at all.
I don't know.
It's my favorite. If I go to a party and they have that, I'm like, this party's awesome.
Oh, I'm so jealous.
Okay.
I just feel like you're going to lose the Midwest vote. I don't know.
Maybe I don't want the Midwest vote.
Okay.
I think you just definitely lost it.
Yeah, with the overall first pick.
Imagine that. She went fancy.
That is very shocking. Okay, I didn't expect that. All right, with my first pick, I'm going Reese's Peanut Butter Cups.
Oh, that's such a good choice.
See, here's what's tough about this thing. You may not pick your 3 favorite snacks because you're trying to pick the 3 to win.
Absolutely. I want to win this thing. This is a contest. That's why Virginia's draft strategy is terrible.
I pick for me.
Okay.
And that's considered a snack, what she's saying? I mean, it's meats and cheeses, borderline like a sandwich.
Are you going to fight it?
Yeah.
I mean, she just tanked the competition in the first pick. She's already out. She's going to be a complete non-factor in this. This is between the boys now. All right, what do you think over there, Dennys? What is your first pick here in the Kbj Snack Draft?
Well, I'm just glad you guys didn't take it, but I'm going coconut meat. That's like my number one snack right now.
I love coconut meat.
It's my cut.
All right. Well,
coconut meat.
Yeah, I love it.
This has become a head-to-head between Kevin and Bird.
It is, yeah. I actually got some of that the coconut meat last week. I could not believe how untasty it is.
Oh, I love it.
Me too.
It's got no flavor. I eat it because it's healthy, I think, but it's not good. All right, Bird, now you got the 4th and 5th. You got back-to-back picks now, and the door is wide open here. I'd say now it's actually advantage Bird.
We are going with our first pick, nacho cheese Doritos.
Gosh. That's a good one, Bird. And that, by the way, you don't have to say nacho cheese. You take Doritos off the board.
Oh, all Doritos.
Retraction.
He gets with that Cool Ranch.
We take Doritos for our first pick in the snack draft.
Man, that's a great pick. Gosh, that's a good pick. This guy knows snacks. All right, you have the next pick, Jay-Bird, in the KVJ Snack Draft.
The Jaybirds pick for their second pick, Snickers candy bar.
That's a good one.
You devil. You terrible person.
This is so fun. I could do this I could do this the entire show.
Gosh, he just swiped my next 2 picks.
It's a 2-man race right now.
Oh, man. That's advantage Bird.
I'm a little nervous about Team Coconut Meat over here, but
Coconut meat, I feel you.
Oh. My team is scrambling now. I'm scrambling. Oh, you threw me off. I'm so lost. All right, Dennys, up to you. What do you take with your next round pick?
That's probably my number 2 snack going on right now. I'm real big into pineapple popsicles.
Ooh. Sounds refreshing.
It's so refreshing.
Denny's, the snack community thinks you're adorable.
Well, if you're trying to get bold, you can mix the coconut meat with the pineapple popsicle. And really,
oh my God, it's a pina colada popsicle.
I mean, it's the greatest thing out there.
Oh my gosh, you just blew my mind.
Is Denny's in Virginia kind of ruining the bit, Kevin?
Totally. It is between.
They are tanking the bit.
Oh, because we don't subscribe to your sheep ways of Doritos
People
and
haven't
Snickers.
voted.
Please.
It's a competition, is all we're saying.
So Sexton said Virginia drafts like the Dolphins.
I just hope I didn't take somebody's pick.
And I don't even get that joke.
I mean, right at the gate, you just completely poo-pooed this bit.
I gotta tell you right now, this is it. This is the whole contest right here. I either make it or I break it with this pick.
Jamie in the chat room says Kevin Bird are just picking the top snacks from the bracket they did. Well, it's a competition, right? We're trying to win this thing.
Yeah, you're trying to come up with the best. I mean, that was the concept that was pitched to me of here's what a draft is like, is you are trying to come up with the strongest 3 picks.
Yeah, I mean, you can fart around with charcuterie.
It's not charcuterie. It's not a fart dish. Charcuterie.
Okay. All right, man. This is a big one here, Jay Bird. Okay. Oh, man, I don't even know what to do.
I mean, you didn't think this long out what to name your kid.
Because this is important, damn it.
This is it. This is it. I don't want just to give this to the bird.
And I can tell that Kevin Ralston's not in right now.
No, it's Fat Kevin.
Fat Kevin is here. I can feel his presence.
Fat Kevin is drafting, so do I go with what is near and dear to Fat Kevin's heart? Man, but he loves all these snacks. Oh, Fat Kevin, don't let me down.
You tell me I take a long time. You're taking a long time.
But this is important.
Yeah.
This means something.
Okay. With the next pick in the KVJ Snack Draft, Fat Kevin goes with combos.
Oh, it's a good choice.
Okay. I'm actually trying to play against my opponent as well. I hear that scribbling. I knew it. I knew it.
Someone's feverishly changing their list.
I knew it.
We got backup.
Okay. All right, Virginia, you are on to your next week pick. What do you take next in the KVJ Snack Draft?
I want chips and queso.
Oh, that's a good one.
Okay.
Warm queso, and it needs to have a little bit of spice, but not too much.
Okay.
Chips and queso.
Interesting. Okay, now this is my third and final pick here in the KVJ Snack Draft.
Lots of revisions.
Bird, we can hear you scribble scratching over there.
I'm sorry.
Jeez.
No, I'm not sorry, actually.
Between two things here, but I am going to go with variety in my snacks, and with my third and final pick, Team Fat Kevin goes with Oreos.
Oh, that's a good one.
That gives me max stuff, double stuff, anything Oreo-wise. Vanilla, I own all of them. Those are all mine.
Birthday cake.
Birthday cake, that's mine.
Peanut butter.
That's mine.
S'mores.
Mine.
All of them.
Even the crappy lemon one.
Yeah.
Mine.
Lemon.
Mine, all mine. Okay, that is my team. It is all rounded out. Okay, Dennys. This would be your final pick here.
Yep. This one makes up about 35% of my diet.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's a big one for me. Trail mix.
Oh, okay.
You can take it on the go. It's one of the...
I'm a big fan of nuts.
Oh, yeah, me too.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, the third and final pick, Jay Bird, in the snack draft, KVJ Snack Draft. What do you go with? You already have Doritos and Snickers.
I was going to go with a Cheeto because no one picked a Cheeto, which I'm kind of shocked on.
I can't believe the snack's still left on the board.
But I'm going to get a little variety.
Okay.
The third pick
Yep.
for Team J Bird is Little Debbie Swiss cake rolls.
Okay.
He stands up like it's important.
I think he just lost the contest. I think he did.
Fat Kevin, shut your mouth.
Fat Kevin feels like he has the strongest team over here.
I think you and Fat Kevin should duke it out.
Uh-huh.
I want to hug Fat Kevin.
Yeah.
In fact,
It's all in peace.
Good luck getting your arms around
We're not
him.
violent.
And I was just kidding. I feel terrible saying, shut up, Fat Kevin. I didn't mean that at all. I want to hug you.
Virginia, your final pick. What are you going with here?
I'm going with Hoffman's chocolate-covered pretzels.
Okay.
They're so good. They're local. They're fresh. They're amazing. When you go, get the ones in the case. Ask for the ones in the case. They are the freshest in the store.
Okay.
I mean, talk about an annoying list.
Wow, we didn't have Cheetos, Pringles, M&Ms, Fritos, Kit Kat, Twix, Lay's, Reese's Pieces, Snyder's, Hostess Cupcakes, Twinkies, oatmeal cream pies, all those left on the board.
Zebra cakes. We didn't have
Yeah.
Voodoo chips. We didn't have Kit Kat.
Rice Krispie treats, yeah, all left on the board.
Well, we're only 4 people.
Okay.
I love this.
All right. So here are the teams. I'll have Denny's post up. We've got my team for the KVJ Snack Draft. I've got Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. I've got combos and Oreos. Virginia has got charcuterie, chips and queso, and chocolate covered.
Warm queso.
Please don't yell at the commissioner.
How are you going to have cold queso?
Yeah, don't yell at the
It's
commish.
going to be like a block.
There is cold queso.
Oh, there is. Okay. chocolate-covered pretzels.
From Hoffman's.
From Hoffman's. All right. And Jaybird has got Doritos, Snickers, and Swiss cake rolls.
I feel very good about that. I know you're trying to get in my head, Fat Kevin, but you can't.
Okay. And also Dennys, his snack team is coconut meat, pineapple popsicles, and trail mix.
Only X factor in this tournament right now. We have not sniffed Suits' top 3, and the kid, the prodigy, deserves.
I agree.
He deserves a bid in the tournament.
Suits will put his in. I'll have him get his list because like a lot of people got some thoughts on that Kbj Snack Draft, and they're just screaming out all the things. Yeah, I get it. There were a lot of things that were left out. We'll get Suits' 3 picks here in a second. Then we'll post that up, and you vote on who put together the best snack team. 3 snacks. Say you're on a road trip. Whose would you want to go with? Mine, the Reese's Peanut Butter Cups, combos, and Oreos. Imagine taking a road trip with those 3 snacks. Hello. Virginia's got charcuterie, chips and warm queso, and Hoffman's chocolate-covered pretzels.
Yeah, they all travel well.
I could take any of those on a road trip and be so happy.
Okay.
I might need a little mini crock pot, though, for my queso, so I'm going to need an adapter to plug that into the cigarette lighter.
Okay, that sounds easy.
I think you're taking away more votes from yourself the more you talk.
I don't think so, Jay Bird. You're about to get that ass whooped.
Yeah, no, the witch ain't whipping my ass.
My list is awesome. It's upscale. It's the list of dreams. What do you aspire to? Doritos? Sorry, I have bigger dreams than that.
What's more annoying than the way she says Doritos?
I know.
Doritos.
Jaybird has got the Doritos, the Snickers, and the Swiss cake rolls. Strong team, pretty strong.
It's a strong team. I know Swiss cake rolls is a bit of an X factor, but it's that X factor that I think just might work.
Ugh.
I'm happy you chose that. I feel like that's going to be the difference.
Go on with your Oreo self.
I will.
We'll see what happens.
Dennys has got coconut meat, pineapple popsicles, and trail mix.
Watch him win the thing.
He's so granola.
Watch him win.
He's adorable.
Yeah. And Suits are going to come in here with his picks right now. 3 snack Suits. There were a lot left on the board. What did you pick up with the scraps?
All right, so first, because I just love them so much, I'm going to go with Kit Kat.
Oh.
I love Kit Kats. You know, I always grab one from the vending machine.
His nickname behind the scenes is Big Cat.
Big fan of the Big Cat. It's really good.
I call him Big Cat all the time.
You do?
Because he loves a Big Cat.
Sounds like kind of like a bedroom nickname.
Well,
It does.
purr for me, kitty.
When
Purr
he's saying
for
that
me.
in public, and he's like, "What's up, Big Cat?" And you're
Hey,
like,
Big Cat.
Isn't that couple adorable?
You have to always say it and then lick your lips.
Are you able to purr?
Sound like a fart.
So what you just fought?
I'm not quite sure.
That's hot. That's
Real hot.
Okay, what is next on your list here?
I feel like you guys didn't do anything for the caramel lovers, so I'm going to go with a Milky Way. I do love Milky Way. I know Jaybird does not like a Milky Way, but I love caramel. I think that's really good.
And just like that, Suits lost the tournament.
And he's out.
Milky Way's not going to win you this thing.
Milky Ways are good. Why do you guys hate Milky Way so much?
They're not sexy Suits. They're the low-budget Snickers.
Too much nougat.
I don't know. I think they're better than
hate
Snickers.
nougat. Nougat's disgusting.
I always took the Milky Way over Snickers.
Third and final pick here.
I'm going to take Cheetos. I didn't think of it until Bird said that he was thinking of it. I thought it was a good suggestion, honestly. So I'm going to
You're
go
in
Cheetos.
contention.
Yep. Okay, that put you back in. All right, solid round there. Okay, so Kit Kat, Milky Way, Cheetos for Suits. All right, Dennys has got those. Put them up at kvjshow.com. On Monday, we will announce the winner. All right, Feel Good Fridays. Got a little bit of positivity to start off the week here. You can let us know and wrap up the week. 877-979-WRMF, 877-979-9763. A couple of cool positive things to kind of get things going, set your mind right for the weekend. Thought this is something that was pretty cool here to talk about. 75% of parents say that they have witnessed a big moment in their child's life that they would have missed if they hadn't been forced to stay home. So you want to talk about all the chaos that we got in the world around us? There are several things to still be very grateful for, and that is it. That is a great perspective. You're seeing a lot of things happening in life and the time that you're getting with your family. I would say easily that's the number one thing for me. It's been really cool.
All the fun games we've played.
Yep.
We never would have played that. The kids never would have learned how to play Uno,
Yep.
Scrabble, Clue, Life. Like, we just didn't stop down for those special things.
Must be nice to have your family around.
Yeah, it is.
Tough time to have walls.
I play games, but I play them by myself.
Yeah, it's
Well,
tough.
you got your dog,
You
but
can't see.
and he's about to die.
Okay. All right, you always go too far, don't you, Cynic? You always just push the envelope just a little too hard.
Jeez.
Sorry, he's been ill.
He's not. First of all, no, he's not. He's fine right now. He's not on death's door. You're just as bad as some of the people in the damn chat room.
I hope he's not listening then. If he's doing fine, I apologize.
Mm-hmm. Okay, got another Feel Good Friday here. Thought it was kind of cool. Express Employment Professionals here in West Palm Beach, they have started doing drive-through job fairs to help people find jobs.
Oh, that's smart.
Yeah, the company works with a variety of local businesses, everything from warehouse jobs, administration work, and information technology. And they say they're going to be holding a second drive-through job fair on August 6th. So Express Employment Professionals, if you would like to look into some other employment, you can do that. Also, the good news, too, on the job front is the weekly jobless claims have decreased for 14 consecutive weeks. So I guess more people are getting employment. So that is some
That
good
is
news.
good.
Positive K is back.
Positive K here. Yeah, a little Feel Good Friday. And this is a cool little video I saw this morning of a college graduate from Maryland who worked as a garbage collector to pay for college. He's just been accepted to Harvard Law School.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good for him.
Yeah, that's really kind of cool. Just putting in the time and doing the work, and very impressive feat. So a couple Feel Good Fridays. Anything else that you want to drop on us, you can. 877-979-WRMF. Coming up here in a couple minutes, something was mentioned to me yesterday. I was like going, yeah, well, I hadn't even thought about that. You heard the chatter about the Glee curse, Virginia?
The Glee curse.
Yes.
No.
I'll have to break it down for you. Tell me if you think there's some kind of connection going on with that coming up.
It's
Time for viral audio.
So hide your kids, hide your wife.
Double rainbow all the way across the sky.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Virginia wants to still argue that.
Yeah, you're so wrong.
I'm not.
I mean, so wrong.
Wow, it's the most powerful thing on the planet.
Well, we got some other famous meltdowns going on here. Your viral meltdowns today. This is a woman who was in the dentist office and she wanted a cleaning, but she didn't want to do the mask and all that kind of stuff they asked her to. And she made an interesting point here to the people about her attorney, so you better let her in.
You're gonna work on my teeth, not my nose. I don't wear a mask getting my teeth cleaned.
But it's about the safety of all of our...
Fine, I'll cover my mouth. Can I go be seated now?
No, because you're not filling out the forms or letting us take your temperature. It's about protecting our
You
staff
can't take my
and everybody.
temperature. That's against the law.
All right, well, I can't...
You're not an
allowed-
MD.
We're not
okay?
allowed to... We
No.
can't see you. That's
I have a right to sue you for harassing me, the manager, and this entire company, Smile, whatever you call it, dental.
Oh, yeah?
I do have that right, and I talked to my attorney before I came here, too.
Okay, well, there you go. And her attorney said, yeah, you go in there and you give them a hard time because, yeah, you can sue them. Wait, what? Who is her attorney? You might want to check back.
Your attorney is wrong, sweet cheeks.
She didn't talk to no attorney. She's just saying that.
So does he want that to happen?
Okay.
I've waited long enough for my teeth to be cleaned, okay? Let's get this done, okay?
I can't... They're telling me I can't see you.
Who's there?
The owner of the practice...
I want to hear him. Get him on the phone. He has to send me in written writing, so I want to see him.
You shouldn't be in the building without a mask either.
I can do what I want.
No,
I'm
you
free.
can't.
It's not a law. It's not a law.
This is a medical law.
No, it's a dental office.
It's an ordinance, lady. Yeah, you got to do it. Yeah. I mean,
I
like
mean,
it, but you got to
all
do
that yelling for nothing.
Mhm.
You're wrong. Just stop.
it. People just need to cool off.
Cool off, because now you're going viral. Good Lord, I hope your employer doesn't see that and decide they want to fire you, like happened to 3 different people already this week.
Mm-hmm. Here's another interesting meltdown. A woman throwing Skechers shoe boxes after being asked to wear a mask.
Yeah, this is a good one because I think she left her wallet.
Oh, boy.
That's my favorite. I love it.
She tried to run out and then left her wallet.
That's assault, man. Look at your license number. Get her license number.
Okay. All right.
She was throwing shoe boxes because she didn't want to wear a mask.
Yeah.
Literally assaulting the workers with shoe boxes are heavy.
It's a quicker clip.
Yes, it is.
But then left her wallet on the counter.
And you might remember this guy from a couple of days ago, this dude in Fort Myers that was not wearing a mask in a Costco, and somebody whipped out a phone and he went nuts on him.
You're 6 feet away from you.
You're harassing me.
I'm not harassing you. You are infecting us.
Threatened.
You're coming close to me. You're coming close to me.
Back off! Threaten me again! Back the up, put your phone down.
Wow. Okay.
He got fired, I believe.
He did.
He did. And we gave some comments on that. And somebody is calling me out for what I had to say about that.
Oh, Ralston.
Kev is getting called out hard.
Oh, I'm so excited.
On what I had to say. Are they right? I'll let you know their email and what they said next. Well, the other day we played this viral clip for you. This dude in Fort Myers, he was at a Costco not wearing a mask, and somebody pulled out their phone and tried to do some shaming on him. And he did not take too kindly to it. And he got a little bit upset.
Threaten me again! Back the up, put your phone down.
That guy wound up losing his job. Was it an insurance agency or something like that?
It
he worked at?
was, yes.
So,
and he didn't want to wear a mask? Is that what's going on?
He wasn't wearing a mask, and somebody had the phone out. And now I don't know what Fort Myers policy is right now. I know it's different from community to community, is who has got mandatory masks and who doesn't. So I don't know what they're doing with theirs, but it was about his reaction. And Justin had sent in an email here, kind of covering the cancel culture. And he said, I heard your segment on the dude in Fort Myers screaming. Everybody on your show is okay with this guy losing his job. This is what pisses me off. In today's culture, it is now okay to whip out your camera, harass somebody, knowing that you'll get a response, this ruining a life. What if this guy's wife had cancer? How do we know that he isn't going through serious issues? Was he wrong to walk around with a mandatory mask at Costco? Absolutely. Private property, play by their rules. But who is this random superhero woman taking it upon herself to correct people with a phone in hand? That bee should have seen the man, contacted an employee, and gone on with her day. No, she wanted a response by following the guy. She got a response, uploaded it, now ruined a life. You can be such a cuck, Kevin. It's okay to take a side. Your speaking points were that of a mainstream network. Grow some balls. Report the news. Don't let mainstream media be your mouthpiece. All this from a goofy vegan independent. We got to stop this phone out, strike a nerve culture because you're canceling people's lives.
So did we all agree with him losing his job? I don't remember us all agreeing with that.
Look, I mean, however the cookie crumbles, it's on you. If you fall apart in public and you are that aggressive and screaming and cursing, it's up to your employer to decide what they want to do with you. But don't fall apart in public.
I agree with Virginia to a certain extent. Absolutely, you have to be responsible for your own actions.
Yes.
But I also agree with Justin, I believe his name was.
Yeah.
I'm very against the cancel culture. I don't like it. I think people. Now there's some things that you're going to get canceled because you went over the line, and that's going to happen. If you are a business doesn't want to deal with you if you are going into a store and you're acting a fool, and if you're saying racist stuff, you think a company wants to deal with that? Hell no.
Yeah.
But if somebody has an opinion about something and it doesn't follow in line to your own agenda, and there's nothing that's hateful, it's just your opinion, you don't agree with it, and people are trying to fire you, I'm very against that.
Yeah, and I think that's something different. We talked a little bit about the cancel culture yesterday, and we addressed the Amy Cooper story that was out there, and that is the white woman who in Central Park weaponized racism is what they had said, because in her 911 call, she had said it was a black man or an African American. And even that guy has said, look, she lost her job and they were wanting to press charges on her. And he said, I feel like she's had enough. Enough is enough. And that's what I had said yesterday, where I do not like the cancel culture, where it's like we just have to, until we completely erase somebody. I think that you can go too far. I think it's something where, you need to learn lessons. Remember when you're a kid, you would learn a lesson, you'd screw up, you serve your punishment that seemed to fit the crime, and then hopefully you've learned something from it, and then you go on and you're a better person because of it.
Well, there's stories of where someone put something up on Twitter when they were 14 years old, and now they're in their 30s or their late 20s, and they're going back to when they were 14 and trying to cancel that person. And the person is saying, I'm sorry, I was a kid, I was stupid, I was ignorant, I was dumb, and they're still going after that kind of stuff. I'm not a fan of that.
Yeah.
I think that's silly.
I will tell you, when it comes to this guy at the Costco in Fort Myers, I still stand by my opinion. I know that for me in my job, there is something in my contract about a clause about public behavior. And if I do something, an act of fool, and if I do anything that is disparaging upon this company or this radio station, my contract is null and void, and I will be terminated.
And not just you, but you also take me and Jason down with you.
Oh, yes. You better hope I don't have a bad day.
It's a group firing.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if people would think about that when they go out in public, just operate like everything's on the line. If you lose it and you start screaming and berating people and acting like a maniac, your company may not want that heat.
Mm-hmm.
Heat is something that companies don't want.
If you're a business, they don't want heat.
No, you better own the company if you're going to go out and speak like that in public.
And I'm not saying I will agree with Justin on this. I don't like when people whip out their phones and they're trying to get a viral video.
Yep.
If I were that guy that were in, without that mask in the Costco and somebody had done that to me and they're trying to shame me for the mask, I would just wave politely and I would continue about it. And yeah, I don't like when people do whip out the phone. So I'm not saying that she's right and that's the way to handle it. I think you're right in how she should have just let a manager know it's not your business. Stay out of it.
I really do hate when people start whipping out phones and say what it
I
does.
agree with you on that.
It creates an ugliness. No, I get that there's times where you got to whip out a phone. You got to get things on camera. You got to make sure you have evidence. I understand all that. I'm talking about where it's just, you see people that they think they're the person filming the person working at McDonald's, and the person working at McDonald's is just trying to get through their day, and they are harassing them and threatening, oh, this is going to McDonald's corporate. I'm going to take your whole life, and the person just trying to do their job.
And to your point about something that's way old, as far as if I were running a company, I would, really look at that. I'm not a big fan of canceling somebody for something they did 10 or 20 years ago, especially when they were, under the age of 18 or 21.
Kid, yeah.
Especially when they apologize. And I think a lot of people have. They've dug up old stuff. People fall on the sword, and then they still get canceled. That kind of sucks.
But I will tell you, if you do something today in the here and now, and it is something that makes you look like a lunatic and not good for a company that they're going to hear from their own advertisers and sponsors, then yeah, unfortunately, that's just the nature of accountability.
It's business at that point.
It's the new day we live in, whether you like it or not. If you act a fool in public, people are going to whip out their camera phone and try to cancel you. So don't act like an idiot in public.
But to Kevin's point, there is a lot of people whipping out phones, and they are the aggressor, and they're trying to make a moment happen.
It's an aggressive act.
And they're wrong to do what they're doing.
Yeah, but that's why you have to walk away. You cannot then escalate, because you're finding out. It's a lesson for everybody. You're finding out you're not winning. When somebody whips out a phone, the best thing to do
de-escalate
is look like the most passive person and be like, I'm trying to get away. And if they post that video, the response from people online are going to be going, leave them alone.
Right.
You're in their face and you're attacking them. And
you think that, Kev?
But show me a video where somebody has done that approach and people still cite it against them. If they were just minding their own business and somebody keeps following them and they haven't done anything wrong, who's that person that got canceled?
If somebody puts a 5-second clip of, let's say me and you get an altercation, I put a 5-second clip of just me and you getting into a little spat, and then in my little header I put, this guy did this to me, this guy is a jerk, you got to cancel this guy, with that 5-second clip.
And he's not reacted at all and done anything.
There's going to be people that are going to go after you because that's just the way it works.
It won't catch fire, though, like the ones that are catching fire.
I don't know an example where somebody's lost a job where somebody's done what Jaybird said.
No, I'm not saying they're going to lose a job, but they're going to get harassed by the internet.
Well, that's just what the internet does. Anybody can get harassed for anything. But yeah, as far as losing a job, yeah, I would hope that that's not going to happen. If that's what we're talking about, not losing your job.
When you see a camera come out, that's when you need to be the most peaceful Dalai Lama MFer on the planet.
Yeah.
Don't let them get you on video acting like a crazy person.
It's the right approach. And with as many crazy things as what people whip cameras out for today, expect it. Anytime you go out, it might just happen. So if you're like, somebody starts filming me, just...
Everybody's wound so tight. Please be careful.
Anything you want to sound off on, 877-979-WRMF, you can hear. And I'd like to get somebody on. It's Rocco's 5th birthday today.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. So I figured we'd play a fun little round of the Rocco match game. You got to try to match up the word that we bleeped out of Rocco's mouth.
Okay.
He's almost aging out of this game now.
I know.
He's getting older.
Yeah, so we got to get as many as we can. So just dial us up if you'd like to play next.
Do you need more KVJ Show? Find everything KVJ at KBJShow.com.
I was just looking over what we got coming up on the Whacked Out News, and I think there are 3 stories about mass confrontations.
Oh, boy.
It's one of the top things going on. People, you just got to set in your mind that, look, this is what's going on. There are crazy numbers. Look, I'm not making any point for whatever side. I'm only making one point, and that you just got to realize what is going on, and you got to keep it together. That's the only case I am making. I'm not, making a case for masks, not masks, numbers being right or not right. I'm just telling you, you got to keep your cool out there.
Who's on you now?
No,
okay.
Well, I'm just talking about from the last email. But
people are yelling at you about talking about people yelling.
Yeah, I'm just saying, I know people will say something, and you can't, veer off on anything without somebody trying to make it a bigger issue. But look, that's just the reality of the situation.
Reality is what we're in. People are going to whip out their phones and take video of you. You can't stop that. That's already a snowball coming down the mountain, and there's nothing you can say or do to stop that.
Is it illegal to film somebody? Let's say you're in a Walmart or a McDonald's, and McDonald's says, look, we own this property. You're not allowed to film people here. Get out. Aren't you allowed to do that?
I'm not sure. It's dependent upon state by state. It always changes depending upon which state you're in. Some you can get video, some you cannot get audio, some you can get a little bit of both. A lot of times when you're in public, I think that's what pretty much erases it, is that if you are out somewhere, that's just it. You now have to think of it as this. When you leave the confines of your home, you are in public. Now you're on a stage. There is a performance. As much as things go viral and people can take videos, you have to realize that especially if you're with a reputable company, you are a representative of that company. And if you are caught doing something that is irreputable, they likely will terminate you, especially if there's a tailwind of hate behind it on social media. If you go viral, you're in trouble. That's just the reality of the situation.
You are right.
There's going to be laws eventually, I think, though, where you can't just start getting in someone's face and filming them. If the place you're at says, we don't want filming and we don't want you filming customers, I think the laws are going to catch up if they're not already trying to.
But I think if Costco has the rule of you have to wear a mask, and then somebody's in there trying to shame people that aren't wearing masks, Costco's probably like, thanks, bruh. I don't think they would come down on somebody shaming a customer for not wearing a mask if they want everybody to wear one.
Yeah.
They would agree with everybody wearing one.
But I doubt stores do like these confrontations because it doesn't do really any good for them.
No.
And they don't want people screaming inside their stores. And so to Jason's point, it may come to a place where stores start saying, hey, look, they will put that up. Now it's going to be hard to police because somebody will be like, I'm just on my phone tweeting or, texting somebody. But if it will give you the ability, if you post that up, say no filming inside here. And a lot of, we found out from doing stunts, a lot of businesses actually already have that policy that they don't want you filming inside their store anyway.
Yeah, why do we always get shut down? And people are making us taking down crap. There's got to be some laws, right?
Because you have exposure. You get shut down because there's a lot of people looking at your stuff.
But that was then. This is now. And now is you can post something on your own social media and get just as much exposure as we can.
Totally.
The days of just people on the radio or people on the air, it's kind of an even playing field now. People who have bigger followings than us that are not on a radio show. I mean, it's kind of not like it used to be.
And anybody who has that exposure is way more subject to getting shut down.
There you go. You're right about that.
It's all about exposure.
One text says, if you don't break any laws, your employer should mind their own business. Our personal lives is our personal lives. Someone shouldn't have to be in fear that they can lose their job if they do something that their employer doesn't like on their personal time. I don't know of many jobs that are like, we don't care what you do on your own personal time.
We have a contract that says actually the specific contrary.
It's the age-old tale. If you've got some heat behind you, controversial, it don't matter what you're in. It can be any kind of controversial situation. A business does not want to deal with that.
I would say a majority of businesses are that way today. Mike is on here from Lake Clark Shores with something to say about the video from the dude at the Costco. Yes, what'd you want to say, Mike?
I wanted to say that what they don't show you in that little clip of the video, like on the news, is that video didn't start right when they show you and the guy's like, dropping an F-bomb, don't film me. 45 seconds before that where the lady's harassing the guy. It's like, hey, I get it. It's a mandate. It's not a loss of mandate. It's Costco's right to have that guy wear his mask. I mean, for them to put that in like that, that's fine. This is dangerous behavior on the part of the lady to harass this guy. People are already in like a heightened sense of aggravation. At least I am. And
you are not alone.
For real, I was at Lowe's and a guy gave me hell about not having a mask. And I forgot. I literally forgot. This was when it first started. But
sure.
I don't think that everything requires like a gesture of appeasement to the masses. Like his company doesn't have to fire the poor guy over that. Seems kind of silly to me. And then, like Virginia said, that the stores might like it. I don't think Costco or anybody likes these videos because it just shows their failure to enforce their own mandate.
Yeah, no, you're right.
The guy at the door, don't they have to check you at the door anyway? I know when I try to go in there without my card, I get grief. So
Some are. It depends. Like I know
some places don't want to get involved. Like I saw it at Restaurant Depot. There was a few people in there that were not wearing masks, and the employees weren't saying nothing to them because they didn't want to get involved. But there's a huge sign on the front: "Do not enter without a mask."
To his point too, and I 110% agree. If you're going to tell the story, you got to tell the whole story. And the media is very guilty of just giving you a 4-second clip that doesn't tell the whole story.
Well, it's the meat, it's the drama.
It is, but it's not right though. It's not the right kind of journalism.
Yeah, but you got to realize when you go into a store right now with the numbers the way they are, and they're asking you to wear a mask. Unfortunately, the first domino to fall is the one that you're not wearing your mask. Like it or not, I'm just saying that's the rules. And that's where it goes. So he hit the first domino. And yeah, there were other ones that played. That woman's got her own level of fault. And there's a lot of people doing things wrong here, but that was the first domino to fall, not wearing the mask in the store. Because otherwise, if you're doing anything else as a shopper, you can go to the management of that store and say, hey, I'm being harassed. But when he's not wearing a mask, he can't go to the management of the Costco to say, hey, they're harassing me. They're like, well, you're not wearing a mask. We need you to leave.
And what people do, too, is people wear a mask in, and then they take it off to prove a point.
That's what the girl at Trader Joe's did.
Yeah.
And some of these people are specifically going out to do this on purpose. So just know when you're out and about, these people are amongst you. Don't get caught acting up on video.
The instigations are not win. No one is winning.
No
one wins in these things.
The screaming match is not going to be you convincing them that you don't need to wear a mask.
And if for sport you want to go out to instigate to get in a viral video of you fighting with somebody, I hope you don't love your job because you might lose it.
I'm not a fan of people losing their job, but you guys are right. These businesses don't give a crap. They don't want to do
If I own a company
they don't care.
and that happens and you look that way on video and I have people that are canceling their business because I employ you, then I got to say, look, unfortunately, I need to have my employees that seem that we've got a culture here. And the culture is not going out in public and losing your cool and sounding like that.
Now, if someone has a meltdown and they're just having a meltdown and it's something to where you're not being racist, you're just you got into a tiff with somebody and someone's videotaping that I feel like people get into tiffs sometimes, and sometimes people get heated. I don't think you should lose your job for that.
Yeah, I would like to say, hey, if there's extenuating circumstances and maybe you need to take a vacation.
Look, people,
and then we can bring you back.
People lose their cool sometimes, and I don't know if that's necessarily something where they should lose their livelihood for.
Yeah, I hear you. Sharon is on here from Boca. What'd you want to say, Sharon?
Hi, good morning. How are you?
Good. How you doing?
I'm doing well. First of all, knowing what it's like to be mask shamed, I was mask shamed twice for wearing a mask. Last week when I was in Publix, a woman from Shipt.com had her mask below her chin, and she's like over the produce. I looked at her. I was a little surprised because she had her shirt on with the company on it. You know, Shipt happens. I didn't say anything to any of the employees. Nobody had said anything to her, and it was bothering me. So when I got home and thinking about it, the next day I did call the manager of the Publix. I explained to him what happened. He, of course, profusely apologized, told me what his policy was, which he every company is in their right to say wear a mask, and if you don't comply, yes, you can be ejected from that particular establishment. And he just appreciated the fact that I handled it the way that I handled it. And just my suggestion to your listeners, it's not worth getting into it.
Yes.
And it's not worth being the one to pull out your phone. The goal here is that everybody's safe and everybody stays healthy. If your goal is to go ahead and catch somebody, then nobody's going to buy into what we need to do. And first of all, in Palm Beach County, it is the law. You need to wear a mask. So I think everyone just needs to be cool. Do what you need to do to protect yourself, protect your family. We're all in this together. We're all citizens of this whole community.
Yep.
Let's work together, folks.
Absolutely. No, I think that's really what it is. I know people want to bring up other points with everything that comes out. But somebody texted in and said, some people can't wear a mask due to medical conditions and they get harassed, and that's not fair. But I would say, if you do have one of those medical conditions, and I don't know what that is, but if, your doctor has told you can't wear a mask, then hopefully you have a note. And hopefully if you're going someplace, you can call ahead or find other arrangements. I'm sure that there would be a way, if it is truly a medical issue, that you can work with any business or any place that you need to go, and they can come up with some kind of other compensation.
So what they'll do is they'll say, can I have a list? We'll shop for you, but you still cannot come in here with a mask, even with a note.
What is that? You can't come in here with a mask?
Without.
If you don't have a mask on, it doesn't matter if you have if that business says you can't, you're not allowed to come in here with a mask on, you're not getting in there, even with the doctor's note. They'll offer to shop for you.
Yes.
And then that's what they'll do. But if you still try to get in with a note, they're not going to let you.
Yeah, so you need to just try to work with the store, and hopefully they can come up with a special accommodation for you to make it work. And somebody said if you can't wear a mask, you can wear a face shield. Those are acceptable.
I like those. Are cool.
Yeah.
Those look like you're on a spaceship.
I think they're cool.
So there you go. So I know a lot of people got opinions on it, so you can always sound off here to the KVJ Show. 877-979-WRMF, and send in your emails to call me out. Mail at kvjshow.com. It's all good.
Dear Kevin, here's why I hate you.
Your son Rocco is turning an amazing 5 years old today, Virginia.
I know. I can't believe it. I feel like he was just a baby. What happened?
This game is going to be over soon enough. We got the Rocco match game here, where we have taken a sentence from Rocco. He said something here. We've bleeped out one word, and you got to try to tell us what is the word that we bleeped out. It may sound dirty, but we promise you it is not. Amy is on here from Boynton. Hello, Amy.
Hello.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing wonderful. How are you guys?
Doing fantastic. Okay, here's what we've got.
Happy birthday, Rocco.
Oh, thank you.
I know, this is big stuff. So we're going to play a birthday edition of the Rocco match game. We bleeped out a word here. Tell us what is the word we bleeped out here, Amy.
I love this summer because it's the time of year when I can play with my balls.
Balls. Okay.
I'm going to say beach. Beach?
Going to say beach. Okay. The guess is beach.
I love this summer because it's the time of year when I can play with my baseballs.
Baseball.
I thought it was beach balls, too.
Okay. All right. That's all right.
Tricky.
You got three here to try to match up. Here's another one in the Rocco match game.
I love to play with my in the tub.
Oh, jeez. Wow.
I get it, kid.
You and Uncle Jaybird do the same thing.
I learned by watching you.
Can I say? I'm going to say trucks.
Trucks. Okay.
I love to play with my ducky in the tub.
Oh, okay.
Ducky. Just
Ducky.
One letter makes a huge difference.
Yes, it does, doesn't it? Okay.
This game is hard.
That is. All right, you got one more to try to match up here, Amy. Let's see if you can get this one in the Rocco match game.
Take that crayon and shove it up your
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, boy.
You think that might be?
Goodness.
Listen to it one more time here. What do you think?
Take that crayon and shove it up your
Okay.
Oh, nose.
Okay.
Take that crayon and shove it up your nose.
Yeah! That's how it's done.
You did it.
Very nice. Very nice. Congratulations, Amy. Thanks for playing with us.
Thank you.
All right.
Fun round.
Yeah, that is. Happy birthday, Rocco. Big old 5. Yeah, we got to get a couple more rounds in there, Virginia, before he ages out of this game.
I know.
Half a decade ago.
He is so like sassy and cute. It's just hard to think like 5 years ago he was an infant and now he's got all this attitude. I'm like, oh my gosh.
He got the sassy part from you.
He did.
The cute part from Panda.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Ow! There's a lot of dumbass criminals to talk about, baby. It's the whacked out news. People breaking the law. Ha ha, fighting in the nude. Ha, drunk people pooping in the street. Ha ha, it's the whacked out news. So many people on meth. Ow!
Well, I felt like what we talked about a little bit earlier was kind of a necessary discussion because what seems to be sensible, just try to keep your head down and go about your business. De-escalate rather than inflate. Clearly, all the stories I got in the Whacked Out News, that is not happening. A woman in Oklahoma had a meltdown and threw shoe boxes at an employee at a Skechers outlet after being told to wear a mask. She's now been charged with assault, so that didn't work out well. A security guard at a grocery store in California has been charged with murder after he shot someone during an argument over wearing a mask.
Oh.
Murder? Murder. Yes, murder. Don't do it.
That's way more dangerous than not wearing a mask.
Jeez. A worker at a store in Louisiana got arrested after he fired a gunshot following a dispute with a customer over a face mask.
Boy.
The customer went into the store without a mask and the 22-year-old denied service. The two then started arguing and the customer eventually left, but then the worker also left the store and grabbed a gun from his car and fired it.
Oh my gosh.
Luckily missed the customer, but now the worker has been arrested on charge of several things. And a customer at a Dairy Queen on Long Island, New York, was flipped off by the manager after he asked them why employees weren't wearing masks, and it was caught on camera. So, it's one story after another. And I'm going to just shut it down at that because that's pretty much everything I got all around
just
America.
Masks after masks after masks.
One mask fight after another. That's pretty much it. Here's somebody that thought they were doing, I guess, good by their employer, but they don't really understand exactly how coronavirus is spread. Now, they were trying to clean up some baskets at a grocery store in Toronto, so they were spit shining them.
Oh.
A little bit of drool kind of gets them nice and shiny. I don't know if you ever spit shine something, but somebody saw that and was a little bit skeeved out by these spit shines.
Dude.
Pretty gross.
That's pretty disgusting.
That's a lot of spittle.
That is a lot, yeah. Police in Chicago found a stolen SUV on Sunday morning and towed it to their station, but then less than 2 hours later, somebody else stole the SUV right out of their parking lot.
Really?
Yeah, the cops are now having to investigate both thefts.
Was it the owner that came looking for it?
That's probably the first place they might look.
Yeah.
Came and stole it back.
Maybe they had some kind of tracker on it and they knew where it was.
Mm-hmm. Well, if you like a really, really super fast car, I know Suits does. He loves NASCAR. He might want to look into a Ford Focus. There was a driver in Italy that got a ticket when one of those cameras that records your speed sent them a ticket for 436 miles per hour. I mean, that's amazing. In a Ford Focus?
I think your radar gun be broken.
You think?
Get it looked at. You gotta get that looked at.
A Ford Focus?
Well, the frustrating part, they've got a Ford Focus, but they still have to go to court to argue the ticket. All you gotta do is be going, this is my car.
Guys.
Do you think this really hit 436 miles an hour?
You still have to go to court and argue that?
Yes, they still have to go to court.
That's bogus.
It's unbelievable. A Largo, Florida man got arrested for walking around a Burlington coat factory with his genitalia exposed.
You can't do that?
No, but you know what? A Burlington coat factory, you ever seen the old Flasher wardrobe?
Yes, trench coat.
It could be sponsored by Burlington Coat Factory. He probably was just in there to buy his Flasher gear.
Something tells me Burlington doesn't want that affiliation.
No, they probably don't want that tag, but it's true.
Just know that when you're trying clothes on in the store, that sometimes people do weird things to them.
I do not want to try on a coat after him.
No.
Mm-hmm. And it's kind of a cool little gig. There's a guy in Central Florida who's known as the Gator Crusader who's been singing and reading to alligators during the coronavirus outbreak to try to relax them.
I don't hate this.
Do you think the gators know about corones?
Doesn't matter. Let the guy have his moment, please. This is more for the man, not the gator.
Yeah, this is probably more for him than the gator.
Yes, Michael Womer apparently will perform at a gator show, and then he'll share his videos of his wildest antics online. I know it gets people viral. He says the alligators can actually tell something is different because there aren't as many people around. That's why they're so stressed. And he said gators are smarter than most people think.
The gators know ticket sales are down?
They do, and they're stressing out.
I don't know if they're stressed. I think they're just hungry. I think you're on the menu.
So he's doing this now, singing and reading them books to try to help them to calm down.
I feel like gators are probably less stressed right now. They probably love this.
Yeah, probably, you would think.
No people around?
Mm-hmm. I think it's probably he that is stressed out.
Yeah.
Unless gators like when people are around because they look at them as snacks. I don't know.
Kevin, he's projecting.
Is that what that is?
Yeah.
Okay. Coming up here in a couple of minutes, are you high? Yes, we ask that question a lot here on the show. But are you high? That's what we want to know. If you are, call us up, 877-979-WRMF. Producer Dennys will know if you are high or not.
And even if you're not high, if you're just tricky and you want to try to trick Dennys, he's tough to trick, though.
This is his amazing superpower. It really is.
He is.
So call us up right now, high or not, 877-979-WRMF.
This is 97.9 WRMF, Palm Beach.
Producer Dennys, he knows when you're high. His own personal little superpower, and he always loves to show it off. So if you're high, or even if you're not high, you can call up and try to stump him right now, 877-979-WRMF, 877-979-9763. Okay, we're going to start off here with Mike in Lake Worth. What's up, Mike?
Hey, good morning, KBJ. This is Mike in Lake Worth. How y'all doing?
Hey, Mike.
Good. All right. Denny's going to really grill you here. He wants to try to get a vibe to see if he thinks if you're high or not. He's going to ask you a couple of odd questions. What do you got for him, Denny's? Sorry, go ahead.
Let's see here. What do you think Florida tastes like if you had to put a taste on it?
Ooh, Florida tastes like?
Yeah, what would you put the taste on it?
Okay.
Meth, alcohol, and fast food.
That's a great guess.
Yeah.
That's a great answer.
That is really good.
Yeah, I'd give you 100% on that one.
Sounds delicious.
Let's see here. What would be the worst buy one, get one sale of all time?
Oh, man, a ticket from the Florida highway patrolman.
Oh.
This guy's on it.
He is. He's real
Good
on it.
answers.
Speeding.
Good answers.
Good answer. Clever answer.
Clever.
Yeah.
That's clever.
Final one for you then. Here, create a new slang word for us right here, and then explain what it's used for.
Wow. It's a tough one.
Okay. New slang word. I'm waxing it. I'm waxing through the day. I'm just being lazy and sliding through everything. I don't really want to do much. I'm just waxing through the day. Slang word, waxing.
I love that. Can I use that, Mike? I like that.
I thought waxing it meant something else. I'm going to wax that.
Yeah, I think it does have multiple meanings, yes. So be
Spelled
careful
different.
if you do steal it, yeah.
WACKS, like you do, is different.
No, you never heard that term? I'm going to wax that. I'm going to wax that A.
It does have another, it's another meaning.
Virginia don't know.
Denny's, what do you think about Mike? You think he's high?
I don't. He's pretty on it.
Okay. Mike, are you high?
No, Denny's hit the nail on the head as usual.
Oh, look at that.
I don't. He's pretty on it.
Yes.
But I like this guy. I like you, Mike.
He likes you too.
I love you guys.
Jaybird is high.
After the corona, we want to hang out, okay? Let's all get together, Mike.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
All right, buddy. There you go. Very sharp dude.
Yeah.
Very sharp.
All right, we've also got Alex on here from West Palm Beach to play producer Denny's Knows When You're High. Hello, Alex.
Hello. How you doing today?
Good. How are you doing, Alex?
Different tone.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello.
Well, hello to you, Alex. Hello. Okay, Denny's got a couple interesting questions here for you.
All right, Alex.
Yeah, I got you.
If you were trying to seduce a platypus, what would that sound like?
Oh, baby.
Like, dang. So, quack, quack, quack. I don't even know, man. It's like some crazy freaking noise, man.
I think I got my answer.
Please just give him another question. I don't want to get rid of Alex just yet.
I hear you. Alex, would you rather have to always dress like a bear, a condor, or a sea lion?
Oh, a bear, so that way I can scare off the freaking the hikers and stuff like that. You know, people trying to come back and they be scared and run away.
I love it.
What?
I mean, that's the best out of the three.
And you just gave me chills when you growled.
You know, the hunters, all this hunter season. You know, stay away from my food.
Oh, yeah, I know.
I get it.
Alex, you are making so much sense right now. I can't even tell you. Denny's, give him one more if you would.
Yeah.
Alex,
Yeah.
how many lemons do you think you could eat before you tapped out?
Oh, lemons, dude! I probably could eat like at least probably 3 because I can't stand citrus. But if I was getting paid to eat citrus fruits, I probably would.
Yeah, 3. 3's a good answer.
That is a great answer.
That is a great answer.
Like full showers, just like sometimes it gets disgusting, bro. Like, oh my god.
Yeah.
You want to take a guess, Kev?
I think I could win this one.
Yeah.
Denny's, what do you think about Alex here? Is there any chance he's high?
Yeah, I would lean pretty heavily towards that. He sounds at least
he sounds out of his gourd.
He does. He could be the best actor in history.
Alex, are you high?
No, I'm not high. I'm just you know who I am. My own personality, dude.
So he's not? He got me.
He's not high?
Man, I'll tell you what.
No.
I'm not high.
Well, he told Suits he was high.
Feels like I'm high when you're around me.
What?
Yeah.
I think he's so high he doesn't remember that he's high.
He forgot that he's high.
I think he's actually so high, yes, that he does not know he's high.
So I'm a little confused.
Yeah, that's well, Suits is the one who
Suits has to get the answers off the air, and we don't tell Dennys
Suits, what the hell is going on
What
here?
did he say when he called in?
I believe the exact quote was, "I'm high as S-bomb."
So, Alex, we're confused because you told Suits you were high as S-bomb, but now you say you're not high.
Man, I think I forgot, man.
I'm so jealous of Alex.
I'm high, bro. I'm high.
Oh my gosh.
He may be the best we've ever had.
This is how you kick off a weekend.
He makes the Hall of Fame for this
This
game.
is amazing.
That is a massive song there by Post Malone. Circles just tied the longevity record for Billboard's chart. It is tied for the most weeks spent on Billboard's Pop Songs Radio Airplay chart. 45th week on the list. 45th week. That's coming up on a year here. The other songs that have spent 45 weeks on the chart: East Side by Benny Blanco, Halsey, and Khalid. Love Lies by Khalid and Normani, and New Rules by Dua Lipa. So Khalid's got 2 in that club. Pretty impressive stuff. Yeah, people are just still impressed with Alex. Yeah, gets 9:15 and he is that high.
And he forgot.
I'm not high, man. No, Alex, you're high. Oh, that's right. I'm high. Yeah. Well, this is kind of crazy. There's a new study out that found that people who use marijuana aren't lazy. In fact, they say they're more likely to exercise regularly than people who don't use weed.
I know a bunch of athletic stoners.
Yeah, there's. I knew that was kind of a gym trend there for a while, that there was even arguments about it enhancing your performance inside the gym.
Well, I know a few people that use it for injury. They're big in exercising and lifting and stuff, and they don't want to get any kind of medication, and they use it for that.
Yeah.
And I think also just to get high.
You know what I didn't realize? My daughter gives her dog weed. They have doggy edibles.
Really?
Made specially for a dog, yeah, because he gets, anxiety and amped up and a little too crazy. And yeah.
There's a whole cannabis movement for pets.
Yeah.
You got to make sure that you do it obviously under the care of someone who specializes in that. But I looked into it for Chewy.
Yeah.
for some of his ailments to see if it was possible because he's got eye problems, and I know glaucoma and that kind of stuff. Weed goes with that.
Is it weird if you're stealing your doggy CBDs?
If I run out, sorry, Chew. No, I'm just kidding.
Can a human eat doggy CBD?
See, that's all great questions. I don't know. I didn't do that much research into it.
I assume it's probably per a volume kind of thing. So unless you had a big dog, it wouldn't have as much effect, I would assume.
Yeah, some people really.
Unless you're a small man.
Some people really swear by it. They think they've seen some benefits, and then some people, obviously, it's a bit controversial for some people.
Okay.
Some people want to just fight Virginia.
Speaking of controversy, President Donald Trump is going to be in South Florida today. So I think heading to Doral first, and then he's going to a high-dollar fundraiser in Hillsborough Beach. Listen to this. To get into this party and have dinner with the Prez, it is going to cost you $580,600 per couple. What I can't understand is why they put the 600 at the end. I mean, you've already spent $580,000. Why do we got to tag on the 600 at the end?
Is it like in a private house in Hillsborough Beach?
It is, yeah.
Wow.
The 600 covers the free bread on the table.
Yeah, I was like,
per table.
Why the extra 600?
Okay.
Why not just make it 585 at that point?
When I hear a number like that, I got to know what is on the menu, because if you're spending that kind of money, it better be really good.
It's not about the food, my
It's
man.
not about the food.
But still, though, the food.
You hope it's good.
It has nothing to do with the food.
I get it, but you would think just part of the whole thing, you make sure it's unbelievable food.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Well, I would like to know, what is the fanciest party you have ever attended? Then maybe not to say it's a $580,000 per couple ticket, but it's the fanciest party you have ever attended.
A kegger on double roads in Jupiter by the beach, summer of '98.
All right. There's Jaybirds. What about you? You ever been to one of those highfalutin affairs? You can let us know about it. 877-979-WRMF coming up.
You're listening to the KVJ Show on 97.9 WRMF.
Now, President Trump is going to be in South Florida doing one of those fundraiser type things where if you want to get in, you've got to cough up $580,600 per couple. I'm kind of curious. I mean, imagine having that kind of cash. You could just drop that. And then that's just for a Friday night out.
I think probably, too, it's your campaign contribution. Is that tax deductible?
I don't know.
I don't know how that works.
That's what the high rollers are all about.
But maybe too, it's like, you're getting on the good side of lawmakers and lobbyists and all that kind of stuff. That's how you do it. Cash, Kevin.
What would you say is your fanciest party you've been to, Virginia?
Back in the day, I did go to Mar-a-Lago. I went to a benefit there, a leukemia lymphoma fundraiser.
Okay.
That was the one where I took pictures of myself sitting on the gold toilet taking selfies.
Oh, yeah.
Does that count? Does that count as a party? It's kind of like a work function, charity event.
It was a charity event. Yeah,
I'd say so.
I was
Yeah.
there representing the station.
Oh, you were? Okay.
They had a silent auction, and it was when Mags was like about 3.
Uh-huh.
And there was a bicycle on the silent auction, like a little girl's bike, like a pink bike. It's not like a training wheel bike, like a real bike. It was like a full-size young girl's bike. And as the thing was getting out, I got on the bike and started riding around the valet on it. And they asked me to leave.
Oh, look at you bringing the class.
You've been kicked out of a lot of your own events. It's weird.
Yeah.
I was in the valet area. I was about to leave anyway.
You got kicked out of Blue Martini.
They would just like you to leave faster.
They were like, let me help you.
Yeah. I think probably the biggest thing I went to a white party one time, and that was probably about it. Jack Nicklaus and his wife were there.
Oh.
That was about it. I really don't go to many like fancy to-dos.
I don't think I've ever been to a fancy, we've got beluga, we've got caviar.
Oh, yeah. I've been to parties where they have all the caviar. At at Mar-a-Lago, what I remember is they had a lobster tail tree. It was a giant, maybe 5 foot tall tree on a table. So it was so impressive. And it was just a tree of lobster tails. And you could walk up and pluck a lobster tail off the tree. I was like, this is heaven.
Damn.
That's kind of cool.
I think my fanciest party I've ever been to is my prom in high school. I think that's the fanciest party.
You low budget.
I think I am. Very low budget. I'm from Lake Park, dog. We're low budget.
All right, discount rack.
Well, some of the biggest parties that are going on now that South Florida is kind of locking down a little bit on some of the restrictions, still these house parties. Remember I was telling you about this one house party in Miami that they keep throwing these ragers at?
Yeah, people are renting houses and then throwing parties.
Yeah, and then they found out that the guy that was behind it was an LLC that had rented out this house, and it was a cop. It was like a Miami Beach cop or something like that.
Oh, wow.
And so they thought, because remember the neighbors were on Channel 7 News, and they're all complaining. They're all upset about it. So they complain, and hopefully everything's all done. Well, here's the follow-up story.
But just hours after the Miami-Dade curfew went into effect, neighbors say a party at this northeast Miami-Dade mansion was raging.
I couldn't believe I woke up around 1 o'clock, and I saw the bus, and I saw maybe 40 cars.
When I called the police at 10 to 12, I told them, are we not in a curfew?
Hey, turn the music down. This is unacceptable.
When you have all these young people here drunk, because all of them are drinking, partying, no mask, coming outside.
Wow, and you wonder...
Oh
man.
They brought a busload of people. They had people get on a bus and drove a bus to this party.
Those people literally sound like party poopers.
If there's any reason why the positive rate in Miami-Dade is 33.5%.
Yeah.
You had every clip you play of those parties, people are just so outraged by
Carones
it.
loves a bus. They loves it.
They have to be just, going crazy out there. For that to get 2 stories like that and people to be that mad.
Yeah, well, when the numbers are that high and, they're like, hey, we're doing everything we can. In Miami-Dade, they're shutting down a lot of stuff. They got a 10 o'clock curfew right now going on. You can't do indoor dining. The casinos are shut. They even make you wear masks in gyms if you're in Miami-Dade. How insane is that? And
a house party, a rager to that.
They're still like, why? What? We're at 33.5%, and what else? And here you go. You got these
and
lawless
a police
ragers.
Officer is the one that rented the house?
I believe so. It looked like he and a retired officer are behind it.
Well, it's a brilliant business plan, but it's so not safe.
They say this is a business plan that actually a lot of people were doing. In fact, Airbnb had to come out with a statement saying that they are trying to tackle the house parties going on, and they've even restricted where people cannot rent a place if they're under the age of 25, and you have to not live in that area. Because they were finding that like 23, 24-year-olds were renting out these, mansions. Because keep in mind, it's out of season.
Right.
In South Florida, you can get one of these rental places and think of the turnaround. Even if it's like, whoa, that's really expensive. But think about how much you could make if you turn it into a nightclub.
They're charging kids like $50, $100 at the door.
Yeah.
And they're telling them, this fridge is full of booze. You don't have to worry. Everything's taken care of. There's a pool. There's like all these bedrooms. And so when you think about it, a $50 cover charge for all you can drink and a sweet crib like that is dirt cheap.
Yeah. So they're making out with some serious cash. So Airbnb's saying that they're doing what they can to try to shut it down.
Can you police it if the owner of the property is not on site?
They're trying to work with the property owners and say, hey, look, they're throwing ragers at your place. We've got all these kind of ordinances are going on and curfews, and we got a 33.5% positivity rate for coronavirus in this county. So.
Help us help you not die.
Right. We need some help here. It's another weekend here in South Florida. What does it mean, though? I'm not really even sure because We do have some numbers that are getting people's attention when it comes to the coronavirus. Yesterday was a record-setting day, and by record, I mean, what's been happening since the pandemic broke out. But, we were looking for positive trends. Hopefully that we're getting this thing behind us and we can move on to life as we used to know it. But yesterday, the records that we have had for the pandemic were not positive. The case numbers, just under 9,000, but we had a record for the state of Florida of a 23.9% positivity rate, a record of 411 hospitalizations, a record 120 deaths, and a record for the last 5 days of 307 deaths. So the deaths are trending up here in South Florida. So if you're looking about positivity rates per county, Palm Beach is at 20.7, lower than the state average. Broward at 28.6, and as I mentioned a minute ago, Miami-Dade at 33.5%. So with those kind of numbers, what exactly can you do if you're brave enough to venture outside of your house? I was kind of happy and encouraged to see that some Duffy's locations are slowly reopening.
Okay.
Yeah, if you've missed Duffy's and all the delicious food they have and those Duffy's ribs.
They got very good honey mustard, and their black bean salad is really good.
They have a goat ball salad that, is so good.
Yes.
The goat cheese balls.
Yeah, I believe there's they have I think it's a spinach salad that I've got there that I really like.
We're over here having fun talking about goat salad, of course, spinach salad. Come on.
Oh, it's delicious. It's delicious.
How much would I have to pay you to eat a goat cheese salad?
Goat cheese, I'm not down with the goat.
The goat is pungent.
Yeah, I'm a regular cheese kind of a guy.
Goat just kind of goes, nah.
Yeah.
Gets you in the face.
It gets me on my head. It's in my head for some reason.
It kicks you in the throat.
It does.
Now, just so you know that they're slowly reopening their location. So if you think this means your local Duffy's is open, it may not. They say that a majority of the locations will be open by the end of July.
Okay.
So, check and see, and it probably depends. For instance, like, if you're in Coconut Grove, that Duffy's, I don't know, may not be cranking open yet. I don't know. There's another thing to know, too, as far as getting your stuff. Starbucks is now going to require everybody to wear masks in their stores at all times. So if that's a place that you go often, Starbucks is going to make you have a mask on. So just get ready for all that. And other things are being affected, too, because today is July 10th. Do you know what typically happens on July 11th? Any idea what significance that might be, Jay Bird?
Is that National Cheese Day?
See if you can figure it out. It is not National Cheese Day. That's a good guess. July 11th. What would be the significance for someone who likes snacks and the such as you?
July 11th.
Digital date is?
Hell?
7-Eleven.
Oh, 7-Eleven.
Slurpee Day.
Did you just say digital date is hell?
What does that mean?
I don't know. I was working. I was trying to work out the equation. Yes, 7-Eleven, Kevin.
Yes.
Or Hell Day.
It's Friday in the 9 o'clock hour. This is statistically my worst hour.
And Corona, bruh.
Okay.
Corona, bro.
Yeah, I think they are not doing their typical 7-Eleven Slurpee Day that they do
I get
tomorrow,
it.
where you could go in and take any kind of container in there and get all the Slurpee you want. In fact, David had sent in an email and he said, I was wondering, does Jaybird still get Slurpees at gas stations considering the COVID BS?
I have not had one from 7-Eleven, but I honestly have not been in one. I have gotten the fountain drinks at Publix. I've done that. Would I get a 7-Eleven Slurpee? You bet your ass I would.
All right, America. And just to let you know, too, Chick-fil-A has indefinitely postponed their annual Cow Appreciation Day, which is a day in early July when they give away free food.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, they are not going to be doing that.
Got my heart broken there one year.
Yeah. Broward County is still doing the indoor dining. Casinos are still open there, but they are going to start some new limitations where the tables are going to be 6 people for indoor dining or 10 if you're from the same household. You got to close the indoor dining by 10 p.m. tonight. And they say if you see any restaurant that is violating this, they want you to call the 311 NARC line.
Oh, boy. They got a
Yes.
special line.
They do. I told you about they have that website, and they're tracking these businesses that are violating the restrictions. And they say in Broward, they've got over 1,000 complaints on this website in just a week. These are businesses allowing more than 50% of their indoor capacity and not following the sanitation requirements. And they say they've issued a total of 690 warnings and citations as of Thursday.
But how do they vet this? I can see somebody kind of like a Yelp review getting all mad at something that they are wearing masks, and they call, Ralston's...
I'm going to turn in Ralston.
Yeah, Ralston's Rib Shack. He wasn't wearing a mask, and he must go down, and his beady eyes were exposed.
I assume what it is...
He needs to wear a mask and sunglasses.
At all times, even after the pandemic.
But I can just see someone doing that too. They're going to have to investigate it.
Yeah, I think what it is they actually have a crew that goes out. The mayor was out with them a couple weekends ago. And then I think when they check the website, then they go out with the code enforcement crew. And if they witness what was reported, then they give you the violation.
Okay, but they have to see it with their own eyes. They can't just take my word for it that Ralston's eyes are horrifying.
Yeah, I would hope not.
That's how sometimes the HOAs work, though. You could just get an address of someone you don't like, make a complaint, and then you got a letter.
Yeah, I don't think they can fine you unless they catch you.
But they can send a letter.
They send letters.
Oh,
They send
and
lots
I can
of
then
letters.
throw it away.
Which I did.
Right in the trash.
Yeah, they say establishments that violate the new order are going to be shut down for 24 hours. If they're caught violating the order repeatedly, an additional 72 hours, and you could get as much as a $15,000 fine. Remember I was telling you about that Italian place?
Yes.
Off Los Olas, they got a $15,000 fine.
Could
They
you
kept doing
imagine?
it. Yeah.
That's it. You're shut.
That's it.
I can't come back.
That's it. So if you plan on going out this weekend, that's what it looks like. I got to tell you, it's kind of interesting looking at the rankings right now of the Kbj Snack Draft from earlier. Bird and I were right there. We had the two best, without a doubt.
We are in the lead.
I'll let you know who's number one. You may not like it, though.
You think you're in the lead, but once again, your male attitude and ego is not in line with the numbers.
She's got to turn this into a sexist thing. I think it's ridiculous. I want to put that on the record.
Okay, so we all drafted 3 snacks. Who is in the lead? I'll let you know the latest next.
Your decision-making skills are on point. You're listening to the KVJ Show on 97.9 WRMF.
Had a listener suggest that we do a Kbj Snack Draft, or just start doing drafts where we could do anything like snacks or movies and celebrities and all that kind of stuff. And so we gave it a try today with the Snack Draft. And what it was we kind of went around. We had a draft order, and you got to pick 3 snacks, and that became your snack team. And then we wanted to see who drafted the best snack team. Now, my team is Reese's Peanut Butter Cups, Combos, and Oreos.
And look, no one's saying it's not a solid team because it is.
I feel like it was a solid team. Virginia, she went with charcuterie, chips and warm queso, and chocolate-covered pretzels.
From Hoffman's.
And we made fun of it, and my greatest fear is that she's in the lead.
Jaybird, you drafted Doritos, Snickers, Swiss cake rolls. Pretty solid. Dennys went with coconut meat, pineapple popsicles, and trail mix.
Don't worry, I'm going to have a conversation with him later about...
You leave him alone.
No, we have a reputation. He's part of the snack pack, damn it. I can't... Coconut guts or whatever the hell he's talking about.
And then Suits went with Kit Kat, Milky Way, and Cheetos.
Suits had it at Kit Kat, lost it at Milky Way.
Okay. Well, here is the rankings right now of the KVJ Snack Draft. This is based on all the votes that we have from Facebook and Instagram.
He's nervous.
In at number 5, who do you think is in last place?
Dennys,
yeah. He's got 3 votes.
Oh, bless his heart.
He's got 3
votes? Dennys, how dare you?
2 from his wife. She went to Facebook and Instagram.
No, she's actually going to yell at him. I think she is. We're going to give him the business later on today.
Okay, in at 4th place with 8 votes is Suits with his Kit Kat Milky Way Cheetos team. At 3rd place with 21 votes, Jaybird.
The male ego has been deflated.
Oh, get out of here. Stop putting sex into this thing. The male ego. I'm more female than you are.
You are. You're right.
with more than double the votes at 48. In second place is me.
Virginia is in number 1.
With almost triple the votes of me, with 133 votes, Virginia is the runaway winner of the Kbj Snack Draft.
Because of that charcuterie. Damn that charcuterie.
Yes, the
It's not
charcuterie.
tutoring.
I know. I
It's
say
not
it
a
wrong.
fart board.
I say it wrong and disrespect it.
How about that, huh?
Of course it is.
Yeah.
Of course the witch is winning.
You have much to learn.
I
Wow.
learned nothing.
That was very surprising. Okay.
Damn it. Oh, I'm so mad.
How about that, huh?
We take these things seriously.
I know.
Mm-hmm.
I love that bit, though. That's a great suggestion from whoever sent that. I love it.
I think for a little while here over the summer on Fridays, we'll give it a shot. Different categories. You got any ideas you want us to draft? You can send us an email and let us know. mail@kvjshow.com.
Great fun.
On Monday, we're starting off the KVJ Secret Song of the Day. Remember when we went to the Casa Marina in Key West? We stayed there several times.
Yes, I love that place.
Took listeners down there one time, had an amazing time. It is right there on the water. It is fantastic. I remember just being out back. They're right there, and you can lay out. And I remember they would bring you the frozen towels. They would bring you popsicles. I remember they had
Pineapple popsicles.
pineapple popsicles. They have that amazing bar that is right out there. They've got 2 pools. They have the hammocks right there in between the palm trees.
It is a gorgeous
paradise
property. It's big.
Yes.
You don't just have a little tiny piece of beach like most hotels. Like, this thing is massive.
Yeah, it is absolutely amazing. We're going to be giving away 3-day, 2-night stays at the Casa Marina in Key West. Just an unbelievable place to go. In fact, I'm going to be breaking down. There's a lot of good places to stop on the way.
Yes,
if you're going to be
Kevin.
heading there. It's going to be a great giveaway we're doing. What you do is on Monday at 7:30, we are going to announce the KVJ Secret Song of the Day. Now, we used to spoil you. That's not happening anymore. When we say it at 7:30, we're not going to say it again. If you text in, we're not giving it to you. We're not going to be posting it up on social media.
Damn, we're getting cold.
Yeah, we are. That's just the way it's got to go. Because I often said, I'm like, well, why would they listen at 7:30 if we're going to say it at 10:30?
It's a great point, Kevin.
They're like, I don't know.
You make too much sense, Kevin.
I did. So somebody finally listened to me. So we're doing it the right way for a change. 7:30, the only time we're going to say it. Then you want to listen up between noon and 2 p.m. later on Monday. So you listen at 7:30, you get the song. When you hear it between noon and 2, be caller number 9 to win 3 days, 2 nights at the Casa Marina in Key West.
Fancy.
For the KVJ Secret Song of the Day.
Love it.
After the show podcast, just about 10 minutes away on Facebook. Jaybird, get us there with your thought, my friend.
Oh, I'm kind of real. I'm not going to lie. Going to the weekend with the witch winning a snack tournament.
A big loss.
I mean, I'm in 3rd. Huh. How dare I? Now I'm going to take it home with me.
You should.
Well, let's say I'm drinking this weekend. Some people aren't loyal to you. They are loyal to their need of you. Once their needs change, so does their loyalty. Dude, it's too long. It's too long. I'm rattled. I'm rattled by the snack tournament.
We're going to send you home.
This is the KBJ Show on 97.9 W.